Hello? Hello, chat. OBS is being a bit cranky right now. I'm not sure why, but I just closed a bunch of Chrome tabs. Hopefully it'll behave itself. Hello, Power. Hello, Raga. Hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Oh, I forgot to turn on the music. Let me turn on the music. Let's turn on some music. Oh, that's loud. Okay. How's a bit loud still. Let's see. Betty, hello. Welcome. Can't always tell with these, like, with my art streaming playlist, I have a bunch of, like, quiet songs. It's hard to tell how loud they're gonna be. Okay. This is apparently a song from the Octopath Traveler original soundtrack. Cool stuff. Okay. Hello. We're back. We're working on some more Legend of Legaia today. Yeah, not much to say. Other than that, we finished the sketch last time. So we're gonna try to draw the individual pieces and draw the line art and like map in the color. And hopefully by the end of the stream, my stream goal is to have like the colors all laid out, the line art done, and like the rough colors all laid out. And then say also I also want that to be true for the base as well, so we can kind of get a sense of what that's gonna look like. So that's what we're gonna do today. So here we go. How is everyone doing? I feel like I had a very exciting weekend. Where's my... There, I gotta like organize my layers. I had another Magic the Gathering night with some friends yesterday. And we were like, all right, we've done this like a couple times now. We're gonna finish this commander game faster this time. And it was not fast. It was not fast this time. It was we thought we were doing good. Like our turns were pretty fast at the beginning, but then as the game got more complicated, we were all like, what do we do? I'm gonna draw Caroline out first, because why not? But I think I have figured out why. Just got here talking about Magic the Gathering. Yeah, hey Wizmander, how's it going? Yeah, we I had another commander session with a couple of my friends. And we are still trying to figure out why the heck our games take so long. Like we actually ended early, like we did for the first time. We ended when one person died, and that was still like 3 hours in, I think. My friend might be making a deck with the same commander as her husband. Ooh, with the squirrels. Are they using Camellia or are they using Chatterfang? Because they are both scary. They both scare me. Or I have to figure out what pen texture do I want. This kind of sketchy texture. Maybe the sketchy texture is better. That's exciting. I hope they enjoyed their squirrel horror. He already has a Chatterfang deck, so now he's looking at Camellia. He likes squirrels. Great. Yeah, actually yesterday my husband played he got one of the like new pre-constructed decks, the one of the dragon ones. So he was just trying it out. So it's not as like powerful, I think, maybe, as the squirrel deck. Like it's literally like he didn't really edit it. Maybe he added some stuff. I don't exactly know what he did, but yeah, so we did not have Squirrel Hell yesterday, but instead we had Rainbow Prismatic Bridge Hell. If you guys know what the Prismatic Bridge card is, and I think, don't tell my friend this, but I think the reason our games are taking so long is because we do not kill that so one of my friends is using that card as their commander. And I think our problem is that we should be getting rid of it immediately. Like, as soon as it comes out, we should be getting rid of it. Because if it doesn't, then, like, everything gets really complicated. So if you guys are not familiar with the prismatic, is it called prismatic bridge? It's a card that basically lets you summon big, like it's a very expensive card to summon, and but once you have it on the field, it'll let you like draw from your deck and like summon anything for free, like cast anything for free, basically. And so what happens is that my friend has that as his commander, and then he also has like 10 planeswalkers and like really big buff monsters that all cost a lot. So the downside is that you don't have anything on your field early on, so you're a very easy target. But if you can survive long enough, then kind of in the mid game you sort of like get super buff and no one can do anything to you. And that was our mistake, is we were like, we saw our friend with, you know, their blink battlefield, and we're like, oh, he's no threat, we should just leave him alone. But that was a mistake. And so then what happens is that you're just like trying to, like, once all the buff stuff comes out, you're just like slowly, you're like not doing any damage, you're just like slowly trying to survive, and the game just like goes on and on. And we're all like, what do we do? What do we do? Yeah, so I think after, which is, and it's kind of silly that I realize this now, because my friend has been playing that deck all 3 times we've tried Commander. And like, I think in our head we knew, but we just didn't, at least for me, I did not learn my lesson. And now, next time, there will be no mercy. We won't let him get to that point. MTG is fairly complicated as card games go. Commander can be even more complicated because of how many cards are in your deck and the fact that you can't have duplicates, so it's natural for turns to take a long time as everyone's learning. Also, certain players like the feeling of power that comes with playing out lines that take a long time, or come with a lot of, what should I do next? And you just kill those players first until they learn. Yeah, well, actually, you know, we originally thought like that was kind of our problem, like, oh, we're just taking too long to decide. But I think now, after last night's game, that it's not, I don't know. Actually, I would love to hear from a more experienced person whether this is a fair assessment to make. Is like, because normally decks don't have a lot of planeswalkers in them, right? And like the thing with planeswalkers is that they act kind of like players, in that they're not like monsters, but they take damage sort of like a player might, and you can have creatures block for them just like a player, and they kind of have their own HP. And what that means is that if you're attacking a planeswalker, you're not attacking a player, and like killing a planeswalker doesn't end the game. Attacking a player makes progress towards ending the game. And normally planeswalkers are really expensive to summon, right? Unless you have like a crazy combo that lets you summon planeswalkers whenever the heck you want. And so like, what happens is then you have like 5 planeswalkers, and then like the rest of us are trying to decide like, oh god, should we attack directly? Should we attack the planeswalkers? But if we don't attack the planeswalkers, then they're gonna like do all these crazy things and kill us all. And then it just becomes really slow, because like, not like the decision making space expands, but then also like you have to do things that don't really help with ending the game. I guess. So I realized that last night, I think. So I think the solution is, I mean, like my friend can play whatever deck they want, but like I think we need to like not let it get to that point. You know, it's like too much of an uphill battle if it becomes late enough. Generally, decks built around a bunch of planeswalker are called super fence decks, and they can be difficult to deal with. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was like an archetype. So is that like, is what I'm saying like generally how people deal with it? Like you just have to kind of like nip it in the bud, where like you like probably they have some kind of thing that lets them summon all their friends very fast, right? And so is that something that you just have to kind of like try to stop it from happening? Like the You don't let the planeswalkers come out. Is that the strategy? I should Google this now that I know the term. But I don't know if this will matter anymore because I think our friend is bored of kicking our butts. So I think he said he's gonna try to make a different deck next time. So we'll see. Maybe it may not be a problem anymore, but yeah, I did not know that there was a term for that. Super Friends. Super Friends. That's kind of a cool name. Yeah, so I don't know. So I once I realized this, I had a lot of regrets. Like I had a card in my hand that was like, oh, you can like destroy a target permanent that, you know, according to some, you know, condition. But I was like holding it in my hand because I was scared. And I was like, what if I need this later? But I should have just used it. So a lot of factors. I think I shouldn't have been so timid. Anyway, I learned a lot about the art of war yesterday. Usually the best way to deal with those decks is to counter or remove the card that is enabling the player to play the planeswalkers cheaply or search for a specific planeswalker. Yeah. Okay, so that is... Okay, then I think my instincts are right then. It's like, I should be getting rid of... The commander in this case was the one that was enabling this, and I should just be destroying it. Me and my fellow not planeswalkers people should be destroying it as quickly as possible, seems like. How's the balance of this line art? Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad that my intuition is kind of on point. I feel like I'm getting a good grasp on the game now. I'm quite proud of myself. Yeah, I think that's the lesson I need to learn is like not be too nice. Like I think I was just like, oh my, you know, that person doesn't have anything on their side of the field. It's like, no, but they're gonna have stuff on the side of their field. Stop them now. Stop them before it's too late. Is better? No. Usually each Super Friends deck has a specific few planeswalkers. Is the music really loud? Sorry, let me turn it down just a bit. Has a few specific few planeswalkers that are truly the dangerous ones, and once you learn which ones those are, you can hold your removal for those ones. My friend has a mono-white Super Friends deck that is a version of Gideon that can very easily lock out the game and make it impossible for him to lose. Ah, I see. So is part of Commander just like coming up with counters to your friend's specific decks? And that kind of like swings how the games go each time? Is that like how you're supposed to think about it? I keep worrying about whether I'm being mean, I guess, is my problem. Like, am I being mean if I'm like, no, I know you have this in your deck, so I specifically put something in here to counter it. And it's like, is that mean? I don't know. I can't tell. Also, the things with the planeswalkers is because they all do crazy different stuff, and so every time I have to like attack my friend with all the planeswalkers, I'm like, okay, I have to read all of the cards again and like remember what they do. I cannot hold that many different things in my brain. The huge part of Casual Commander, each playgroup will develop their own meta, and you want to alter your decks and playstyle to deal with the friends that build stronger decks. Ah, okay. I see. Okay, so it's quite expected, it sounds like. I don't know how to handle her mouth. Should I give her like a kissy face? Kissy face. No, that's too... Maybe just okay, I think just a little hint is better. All the stuff you're dealing with now, including the grappling with the idea of how mean should I be to the player who wins a lot, is the stuff I went through when learning the game too. Okay, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Yeah, I guess as long as there's an understanding within the group, it's like, well, you should, I mean, you should expect your stuff to get countered if you know it's coming across as quite strong compared to everyone else's. I guess nobody should be offended by that. Hopefully. Hopefully. My answer to that question is usually very mean. Okay. I see. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah, it's like we've gone to... I kind of wonder, like, once that friend changes to a new deck, like, will we actually start seeing faster games? And I kind of think yes. I kind of think yes. And then another person recommended that I talked to... I can't remember if it came up in stream here, but somebody recommended playing 2v2 Commander. It's called, like, Two-Headed Giant or something like that, which apparently is nice for like if you have a hard time deciding who to attack and you're kind of all still learning your decks, like that's a good play option. And I was like, oh, that seems fun, so we might try that too. And then you don't have to make as many decisions about like, oh, who am I attacking or what am I gonna do this turn. Okay. Does this look like Kara? I can't tell. Should I give her like nicer eyelashes? Like she has to look like super femme fatale. Yeah, but my husband made some improvements to my mouse deck, and I really, really like it. It feels good to play. I feel like whenever I draw chibis, it always looks like very 90s. Wondering if I should draw lower eyelashes. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's not too much. And my chibis look very 90s. It's like what you would see in manga in like the early 2000s. Okay. That's good for Kara. Though I do feel like I should put some color in her before I... put some color in, because I think it'll make it easier to see if the shapes look good. Self-constructed decks and precons can vary massively in terms of their relative power level, and being able to identify the powerful decks in your group and deal with the threats is an important part of helping everybody be able to show off what they want their deck to do instead of letting the powerful decks win by default every time. That's true. That is true. Yeah, and a lot of the fun too is like, it seems like a lot of the fun for people playing commanders to just like make decks, you know? It's not, I don't know. Maybe there's a competitive aspect of it, but it seems like in casual commander, it's very much about like, you get to show off a deck with your friends. And like see how it does. Oh, that reminds me, we tried another like a different like game tracking app yesterday as well. So there's like an official Magic the Gathering like score app where you can like keep track of your life and stuff. But my husband found a different one called playgroup.gg, and it's kind of similar. Like you can use it to track life during a game, but what it also does is like you make an account and then you like add everybody's account to like the play group, and you add like your decks. Like like JoJo's Story has a deck with Mabel as the commander, and so has a deck with Prismatic Bridge as the commander, and like and then you like when you start a game you choose like, oh, this is the deck I'm playing, and this is who else is in the game, and it'll like keep stats. It'll keep stats for like, this is how much your deck won, in all of your games that you've played within your group. This is like, these are the types of, these are like the percentages of times you've won with like certain win conditions, or like, this is how much damage you've done to like certain other decks. Or, your deck does really well against your, so-and-so's like deck number, 2 or whatever. And funnily enough too, like when we finished the game, we like ended the game, and it shows like a survey question for every player, and it's like, what is your mood right now, and how salty are you right now? And so then, and like those scores will get like logged for the deck that won, so that like you can keep track of which decks are like not fun to play against, I guess, over time. And it also keeps track of time, which is the main thing that we wanted it for. But it was cool to see all these other stats too. But it'll say like, oh, your average turn length was like this, so kind of like a chess clock. This was your average turn length. This is like how much on average the whole group was taking. Blah blah blah. So it was like, it was a funny app, and like kind of cool to look back on the stats in sort of an objective manner. It's a healthy way to keep everybody to keep tabs on that sort of thing. Yeah. Being able to look over opposing lists when you're considering making changes to your own is nice. Yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't make you like type in your whole deck list. I think you just have to put in your commander. I'm not sure if there's an option to. I should check on the website. It's like a web app. But yeah, it would be cool to like store the deck list there. Then you could kind of like read other people's cards. Or actually, this would be really helpful for me, for someone who's not familiar with it, is like being able to reference like, oh, what card is that? And then just being able to like look at the deck list in my phone instead of having to type in the name for Google. And instead of having to like reach over and ask like, oh, can I read your card every time? If your playgroup decides to invest more time into the game, storing your list online is very convenient. Yeah. Your friends and I all use a site called Moxfield. Okay. I think my husband's been using that to build the decks that he and I have been using. Hey, McNoodle Arms, it's art time. Yeah. Is it gonna go well? I don't know, but we will try. We will try. We're drawing Kara first for no reason. She's kind of on the pale side. Okay. And she has... What color eyes does Kara have? Cannot tell. Kara, are you... You are so small in the screenshots I'm looking at. But yeah, can you... I suppose it has a sharing function, huh? Moxfield? Probably does. Kara has blue eyes, I think? I'm squinting really hard at some of these screenshots. Game screenshots. And I kind of want to change her eyes. Like, her eyes should be more like... He needs a more femme fatale vibe, but I don't know how to do that with I don't know how to do that. How do I femme fatale this girl? I think I have to redo the eyes. Angular. Angular. Angular eyelashes. I feel like saying my whole username is a lot. Well, it's fine. It kind of rolls off the tongue. I think it's quite fine. You can call me Noodle. Oh, okay. That also works. Noodle it is then. Oh my god, I have to redraw these eyes. I cannot with these eyes. Hold on. I'm gonna redraw this. My friends will often send me links to the list when they finalize them so you can look over them and provide input. Ah. Wizmander, are you like the magic expert among your friends? Do they seek your guidance? Okay, so I think I want the eyes to be kind of shaped more like this, right? Like a more like foxy look, I think. Is this how I want it? Yeah, I think this is better. Kind of a more angled, like cat's eyes kind of thing. Yeah. I do not know much of magic. I have been listening. I wish I could be considered the Power 46 of Commander, but alas, several of my friends are much more knowledgeable about the game than me. Oh, that's cool though. Yeah, all four of us that have been playing, well, five of us, five of us have been playing in different games, but like, we're all kind of like, I don't know. I'm very clearly the one that is least familiar with magic, but I wouldn't say any of us are experts or anything. So we are constantly Googling things. Who are you drawing currently? I'm drawing, actually, let me see if I can pull her up, put her on the, can I put a little screenshot of Kara on the screen? Save image. Save image. No, it's WebP. Why is it always WebP? How am I supposed to take screenshots of something if everything is WebP? No. Alright, hold on. Let me see if there's anything I can do. Let's see. With a print screen. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. WebP to JPEG. WebP is everywhere. There's nothing I can do. It's taking over. Okay, I'm print screening and saving. It seems so unnecessary. Okay. And then we're gonna put our, let's see. I'll stop info dumping about Commander EDH now, but I'm more than happy to answer any more questions you have. It's a favorite hobby of most of my friends, so I've put a lot of it over the past 5 years or so. Oh, okay. So yes, I will definitely be ranting more about it, I'm sure, as I try to understand the intricacies of the popular trading card game Magic the Gathering. But what you said already really helped. Like I think we're kind of I think it has helped validate some of my observations in the sense that, like, okay, I think we can kind of troubleshoot what we're doing in our games. Okay, here she is in all of her polygonal glory. this big enough? Can't tell. So I am trying to draw her. Look at her sassy little stance. Her name is Kara. She's one of the coolest characters in the PlayStation 1 game Legend of Legaia. But you see how I'm trying, she's very femme fatale. I'm trying to capture her, but also make her look cute. But yes, thank you, Wizmander. I did not think you were info dumping at all. I thought you were being very helpful, and I appreciate it very much. How was your overall feeling with Minecraft, or at least the stream? The stream was so fun. I had such a great time. I'm so glad I streamed Minecraft. I am wondering, like, how I should progress with Minecraft going forward. Oh, also randomly too, like I posted my YouTube VOD like this morning, I think? No, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday probably. And like people like I mean, I don't get like a whole lot of comments on YouTube, so it's already kind of interesting. But yeah, I got comments from people on YouTube that like I had never heard of. Maybe they lurk in the stream, I don't know. But they were like, oh man, like I can't believe I missed it. I'm like, oh my god, where are you coming from? Who are you? But yeah, people were very interested in it, I guess. I wonder if it's a thing like in Outer Wilds where people go around like looking for fresh blood, seeking people who have never played Minecraft before. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I'm trying to decide how I should progress with Minecraft. Like, do I want it to be like a regular one-off thing every now and then, or like should I have like a Minecraft arc where I try to accomplish like a particular goal maybe, and like have that be like a series, or should I leave good memories as is and let it live on, like keep it a one-off and like let it live on in our memories and hearts as a great time. Like, I don't know. I think you should go based off your own little goals or go based off achievement. Yeah, that's true. I probably shouldn't just like dink around like I did. Like, I think I should make some goals for myself. And I definitely actually would prefer playing on stream than I would alone. Because I feel like alone, I'm like not really, it's like not as fun, I guess. I guess it's sort of the reason why people really like playing multiplayer. It's like sort of a similar feeling, perhaps. But I am unhappy with the way these eyes are being drawn. Lemon Man, hello, welcome. We're doing some art right now. I am struggling with this eye. It is not looking the way I want it to, but that's just art, ain't it? Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to approach it, because I don't think it's a little bit like Stardew Valley, it feels like, in that I could play forever, right? Like Minecraft is a thing that you can play forever. And so I'm kind of wondering how to bound it in like a way that isn't too, like isn't too, what is the word I'm looking for? Like too much pressure, I guess. Maybe is the word I'm looking for. The second eye always wants to make me jump off a cliff. That's how I'm feeling right now. Thank God for digital, huh? Can at least kind of like shuffle stuff around and see how it looks. Why does the second eye look so weird? Why does it look weird? I do not understand. I don't know. But I think I succeeded with making the eyes look more on model. Oh, she does kind of have like a lower eyelash line, huh? She kind of has like a... see. It helps the stream to actually play games, if that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. I feel I would definitely not be playing as many games, I think, if I was not streaming. I think it'd be good as a game where if you aren't sure on a given day what to play Minecraft, or on days you're feeling particularly chatty. Oh, that's true. Yeah, like it might be a good game to play, say, like when I come back from a trip or something. And I'm like, oh, here, I want to talk about all the things that I did or something like that. That's true. It could be kind of like a just chatting, like, background thing. Yeah, actually, maybe that's a good way to think about it. And then we just kind of progress from where we left off. I'm worried. I guess my one worry with that is I'm scared I'm just going to forget what I was doing. But maybe that contributes to the comedy. I don't know. Or just, like, checking in with how my... you know, my house is going or whatever. You like this idea too? Okay, Wizmander votes for that idea. Use it as a cushion game between like themes. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's true. I do like doing that. Like, cause I do have like, I do tend to play longer games, and it'd be nice to have and like usually I'm playing like random stuff, but I guess we can add Minecraft to the list of random stuff. You know what? I think I need to make her bangs more to the side to really, to really make her look more on model. Cause she kind of has more of like a, yeah, it's like more deep. She has a more deep part. Okay. Hooray, more block game. Yeah. Okay. I think that sounds good. And then I guess her hair will be covering her eyeball like this. Is this better? I spent all this time drawing the eye, but now it's like covered. Is that how I want to do it? Man, I don't know. It's hard translating these extremely polygonal character designs. I should put the eyeliner on a different layer. Look at me, you guys. This art is gonna take months at this rate. Neat chibi art style. I can't draw chibi for shit. I mean, me neither, but thank you. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. I feel like I do okay when I'm just sketching it, but as soon as I do the liner, the chibis start looking kind of off. But you know what? We're here to learn. We're here to learn, and we're gonna enjoy it. It's a good game for when you feel like having a conversation. There's a reason the multiplayer of it is incredibly popular. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think kind of leaning into that aspect makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's see if I can like, how do I wanna, I guess it does kind of, she does kind of have like this sort of thing going on where it like, the hair sort of folds in like this. Maybe? I don't know. I should have put her eyebrow on a different layer too. Like this? I always hate line art because I have bad line confidence. Ah, yeah. That's definitely like... that definitely takes a while. You know, and I also, there was a moment, or there was a time in my life where I also felt very like picky about my line art. Like I would like draw something. And then I would go back and be like, oh my god, I have to like close all these gaps, and I have to like erase these things here, and like make sure it's all super smooth, and like, you know, and I would do it, and it would take forever. And then at some point my brain was just like, You know, like, just like this is like, okay, whatever, color it. And I feel like it makes my drawings look a little more alive. But that was like a mental block I had to get around. You wouldn't know it by watching me right now, but I swear to God, that's something that has helped me. I guess you can kind of see it a little bit here. I'm just gonna redraw the eyebrows. I'll just redraw the eyebrows. Okay, she's no eyebrows! But yeah, it's definitely a thing that takes practice. Lower eyebrows? Lower eyebrows? That more femme fatale look? Now she looks... Okay. Maybe? Normally I just make it sketching color because most people know my art style because it's sketchy. Yeah, I think that totally works. Like, whatever works. There's a lot of people who have great line art or great art that just looks sketchy, you know? I feel like if I color in the eyes, I'm gonna be upset by... Sorry, I'm just like checking the alignment. I feel like once I color in the eyes, I'm gonna be mad because it's gonna look weird. Okay. Let us try... I'm gonna try blobbing in the eyes. Okay, she has like bright blue eyes. It looks like very... Let's just blob in some color and see how it looks. And then she's got a whole bunch of pink. It's kind of like a magenta pink. Very pink. Very pink. Very pink hair. Actually, more bright than that. This? Oh, it's so saturated. Okay. Okay, you know what? This looks okay, I think. Oh, you know what though? She kind of has like a little like... Her like side bang on the side kind of comes in towards her chin. Wow, I'm learning so much about these characters. Like, it's kind of like... It's kind of like this. Instead. Yeah, it's kind of like this. I wonder if this will look better. Actually. Yeah, I think this looks a little bit more like her. She has like a shorter bang on this side. Okay. Yes. Yes. Perfect. I think this is better. Okay. What else happened to me this weekend? I feel like so much happened this weekend. Oh, another thing. If you all remember the Tamagotchi zine that I contributed to, the Kickstarter's live. It's not, the Kickstarter has not started yet, but I'm gonna paste the link in chat anyway. And, you can see the little, like, you can see like a preview of all the art and stuff that went into the zine. And you can follow the project and get notified once it does launch. There's like a lot of cool art in it. Tell all your Tamagotchi loving friends. Also I did not ask for it, but the little VTuber I made for it that you get as virtual merch if you buy the zine. You will get a free VTuber model that I made. And it got a little highlight spot on the Kickstarter, so I'm quite proud of myself for that. So check it out. Tell all your Tamagotchi loving friends. We're moving up in the world. No, I really the mods who put it together, they are amazing. Like, I cannot believe how cool the Kickstarter page is, and like they like put together the printed zine, and it's like, oh man, it looks so good. And some of the art is amazing. Like I think there's a preview of it on the Kickstarter page. There's somebody made like basically a digital artwork, but it's like needle felted. So it's like it looks like it's like a drawing. But instead of coloring it with like paint or markers, it's like needle felted wool to like make all the colors. It's really cool. I think I need to color that in. Yeah, okay. Does this look like Kara? It looks more like Kara than it did before, which is good. Trying to look for other screenshots of her to see if I can get other angles of her blocky hair. Man. Legend of Legaia needs more fans. There's no... Okay. That's fine. This is fine. I think it looks like her. I think it looks like her. But yeah, the Tamagotchi zine's coming out. That's so exciting. I'm unsure when they're gonna launch the thing, but yeah, I gotta write some social media posts. Get people hyped for it. Wrong layer, whoops. But yeah, I'm excited to get my copy of that zine. I'm excited to get my stickers and my free mouse cursor decorations. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Wrong pen. Oh, I feel like I haven't colored in a really long time. Okay. She looks fine, I think. Let's do some kind of a white. Oh, this is gonna be hard to see. White, like wool thingy here. She has some wool things. Guess she comes from a cold climate. Oh, and her like armor stuff is sort of a silver, very, very pale silver color. And then she has like a blue shirt. Looks like this. Like this. Yes. Yes. And what the heck? What is she wearing? She has like a dark blue shirt, and then she has like a green. She has like a green thing here, and like her little skirt thingy is also green. It's like a lime green. Excuse me, Kara. Kara, please explain your color choices. I guess it looks a little less... oh, it looks a bit more khaki, I think, in the actual game. Oh no, it's like a yellow... Let's see, like this? Oh yeah, these two are kind of a more like khaki green color. Like that. And then... Oh my god, I don't know. It's like this? Maybe? And then her pants are kind of more army color. Plate armor? No, it's like, it's fabric. And this stuff is more like a gray-green, like army color, but it's lighter than that. What game this be? This is for Legend of Legaia. It is a PS1 game. From 1999, I think? 1987? I forgot. Somebody told me and I forgot immediately. This came up on another stream. I was trying to remember facts about it. Yes, Legend of Legaia. It is, yes, it is a great... Well, I think it's great. I don't know if everybody else thinks it's great, but it's a JRPG that I grew up with. And I streamed it actually. If you go to my YouTube channel, you can watch it. If you're like interested in it, but it's got a really great set of characters. And it has like unusually well choreographed cutscenes. Like, I don't know. And the music's really good. It's by the same person who composed the music for the Full Metal Alchemist anime. So there's like a lot of good stuff going on. You're way too young? Yeah, I'm old. I'm oldish. I won't insult people who are older than me by saying I'm like super old or anything, but I'm definitely like older millennial age. But it's a good game. I really enjoyed it even after, you know, I played it like last year, I think, and it held up really well. I enjoyed it still. Back in my old days, we played something called the PS1. You had to put a disc in. There weren't any such thing as downloading. There was such thing as downloading. Actually, I did downloading. There was a lot of downloading that happened in the 90s. You're in your prime. Thank you, Noodle. It will be until you're 197. Thank you. I've always said that I think my prime years will be when I am a grandma. When I think I will be a really cool and cute grandma. So I have no FOMO about like young people doing all these like cool things or whatever. I'm like, you can do that. I'm gonna just be, I think my skill set lies in being a really cool grandma, and I'm going to wait patiently for that day to come. And then I will be, I don't know. I just think I will be the coolest like 80-year-old ever. Ah, yes, the butterscotch face. I love butterscotch. You see? I love butterscotch. It's destiny. I'm gonna jump off a skyscraper because you're young. Yeah, you can only jump off skyscrapers when you're young because that's the only way you'll survive is by being young. When you're younger than 22, you just bounce right off the concrete. You can't do that when you get older. At some point, you'll break your bones. Can't jump when old. Knees won't let you. Yeah, see? Even if you wanted to. Okay, so she's got like brown down here as well. Exactly. Bones are brittle, knees are weak, or maybe non-existent, depending on how bad your knees are. You can't go around jumping off buildings. Your body can't handle that. Not anymore. Okay, I feel like she's too... Her clothes are too dark than canon. She's like, it's like a lot lighter in the game. This. And this is kind of a more yellow. See, this is a young whippersnapper. And she's got that dark blue and the dark arm warmers things. And then she got the hair, which is kind of... Okay, so I think that's enough for blocking. Okay, that's good for now, I think. Cool. I think she looks reasonably Kara-like. I think. Should I, like... Maybe I should get rid of this, like, hair thing. Though I'm gonna need that for shading. Man, I don't know. I don't know. What's a PS1 game you do recommend? I'm always here for good story and soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, this I recommend this game. It didn't take me that long. Maybe like 20, 30 hours, something like that. I guess, well, depending on who you are, maybe that's long. What else did I play back in the day? Legend of Mana, which has a re-release on Switch. That has amazing music. Music by Yoko Shimomura, who you may know from, like, Kingdom Hearts, for example. That one's an amazing game. Apparently it's a spin-off. It's not a main Mana series game, but I really like that. We played that a lot. Me and my sisters played that a lot when we were younger, with one of our cousins, because, like, it was his game. Also, what else did we play? PS1. I mean, the Final Fantasies are good. Final Fantasy IX was my first Final Fantasy game, and it, like, very much captured my imagination. I've played all the PS1 Final Fantasies. I've played 7, 8, and 9. I would say 9 is my favorite of the 3. 7's interesting. 7's worth playing just because it's such, like, a culturally relevant game. But it was not my favorite of the 3. And then 8, I didn't, like, understand. I played it, and I came out, it was kind of like watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I finished it, and I was like, I don't know what did I just witness? I don't know. But now I know who the characters are, I think, but I'm not really sure what just happened. Like, I think that's the game I've played most recently, and it's the Final Fantasy I've played the most recently, and if you asked me to summarize the story, I'd be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of non-JRPGs I've played on the PS1. I've never really played JRPGs and was told you've been missing out on so much. Well, the thing is, they are very grindy. Like, I don't think it's cheating. Oh, I've played Chrono Cross too. That one was also a very weird game. But, yeah, like, nowadays, a lot of JRPGs have gotten re-releases where you can, like, you know, save anywhere, or you can turn off random battles, or you can, like, increase, like, XP. Like, there's like, built-in, officially sanctioned cheats. And I think it is a good idea to play it like that. So if there is some sort of re-release where you can play with kind of increased quality of life, I recommend it. You won't be missing out on, like, you won't be missing out by not grinding for hours in random battles. So if you can, do that. But the stories are amazing. So as long as you can play in a way that lets you engage with the story, I think you will have a good time. There's a lot of really good stories in JRPGs. Trying to think of what else I've played. What have I played that is not a JRPG? I mean, Legend of Mana isn't a JRPG, I guess. It is just like a RPG? I don't know. Let's draw our best girl, Noah. What else did I play on PlayStation 1? I don't remember. Fantasy. Was that all? Did I only play JRPGs? I know there's a game that my sister really liked back in the day. I always think of called Ape Escape. It's very weird. The game is exactly what it says in the title. Is a bunch of monkeys escaped and you have to capture them. And it's sort of like a Spyro the Dragon, like, you know, it's a 3D platformer sort of thing. And it's collectibles, where the collectibles are monkeys that have, like, brainwashing helmets on that have sirens on. It's like Ape Escape, yeah. Ape Escape has really funky music, and it's like a really cute art style too. Sort of like a very chibi, like blocky, angular art style. The pixel remasters of 1 through 6 default to giving XP bonuses, which you can turn up, down, or entirely off. Yeah, I started, I have the pixel remaster set for Switch, and I started Final Fantasy 1 on one of my recent trips while I was on the flight there. And oh my god, like being able to turn on like 4x XP gain is like so good. I saved so much time, and just like turning off random battles when you get lost, because that's gonna happen in a Final Fantasy game. Oh my gosh, I'm so wavy. What about newer type games? Newer type games. I'm trying to think. Old games can only be played with quality of life improvements now for me. I mean, yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think it's really hard to play without we don't have time like we did when we were kids. People don't got time for that anymore. Okay, I'm trying to draw, let me hide this image because I'm trying to draw a different girl. Yeah. Oh, it's so small. The girl back here. I'm trying to draw the girl back there. Voodoo, hello. I was just watching your Minecraft VOD and noticed you were live. Oh, hello. Yes, I am here. Oh my god, Minecraft was so fun. You've heard Sea of Stars was good? Yeah, that's, it's like inspired by Chrono Trigger or something. I feel like there's been a lot of games that are like, we were inspired by Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is also good, but it's not a PS1 game. Gosh, there's a lot of good JRPGs for Super Nintendo. It's also for DS, I think, which is how I played it the first time and maybe the only time. You heard it here, chat. She loves Minecraft. It was fun. It really was. Okay, Noah has like crazy hair. Okay, she has like spikes like this. Clip it. Yeah, what other games did we play? Betty, you know what games did we play when we were children? I don't remember anymore. We actually played quite a bit of Dreamcast, but mostly, I think mostly fighting games and stuff on Dreamcast. They play any story games on Dreamcast? I think I played Super Mario World and the first 1/4 of Ocarina of Time. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we played our N6, probably out of all of our consoles that we had a lot of consoles. In that sense, we were lucky children. We probably played our N64 and our GameCube the most. Legend of Mana. Oh yeah, I mentioned Legend of Mana, it's so good! I think Minecraft is the first game I've seen you stream that I've actually played. Really? Well, I hope you're enjoying the random games that I stream here sometimes. Gosh, Noah's got that like classic 90s anime spiky hair. This is how they had to render hair back in the day. With spikes. Spiky ribbons. Beautiful Joe! Oh yeah! Oh my god, Beautiful Joe's a crazy game. Is it Capcom? I think Beautiful Joe was a Capcom game. You guys, if you guys don't know what Beautiful Joe is, you should Google it. It's a weird game. It's very weird. It's like a action platformer? It's a very strange action platformer. Lots of Harvest Moons, yeah. Google subs Capcom. Okay, yeah. I think Beautiful Joe might be in some like SNK versus Capcom games, like fighting games, maybe. Mega Man. Oh yeah! Did we have a Mega Man on PlayStation? Aren't there Mega Man X's on PlayStation? Like the later Mega Man X's? And they have like terrible voice acting? There's that famous scene from Mega Man X4 where the person voicing Zero. What am I fighting for? It's a famous like terrible dub scene. Okay, Noah has like this like weird like tube shirt. Like this. And then she has like sleeve thingies. This. You had Megamind? I've never watched Megamind actually. I don't know anything about it. What am I voting for? Yeah, Zero's girlfriend is like not doing good, and then Zero is mad about it. I feel like games with a good story, a lot of the best stories in gaming are JRPGs. Yes. It is unfortunate that JRPGs take forever to finish unless you have like quality of life cheats. You guys, I feel like I may have had too high of expectations for myself. I think I may only finish the line art today. I don't know. Megamind is a little weird, but I liked it. It's all I know about Megamind is the meme. The meme where it's like him looking up at the camera and it says no bitches. I don't know what the context is. And I don't know what the meme means. That's all I know about Megamind. That's Megamind, right? How do you avoid your art losing vitality when you go from sketch to line? That's something I really struggle with. Yeah, I was reflecting on this a little early in the chat. Okay, so I will tell you. So let me get rid of my sketch. So like here's the thing. I used to when I draw a sketch or when I do line on the sketch, I used to be really like picky about it. I used to be like, oh my god, I gotta like make sure it's like the thickness of the line is exactly like I would like erase the line that I drew to make sure all the lines were like exactly like the shape that I wanted them to be. So I would do this with my line art and like really make it like super precise. But then at some point, and it looks good, but it takes forever. So then I at some point, like when I do line art, I kind of just like I just do it. Actually, what helped me a lot was doing Inktober on physical paper, because you cannot undo that and you cannot erase the line. So that really helped me kind of be more like get over the mental block of like, oh my god, it needs to look perfect. So instead, I kind of just like, okay, like as long as the line art is like pretty good, that's fine. Like, so nowadays my line art looks kind of more like this, and then, you know, I'll color it in and it looks pretty lively still. Whereas this definitely ends up looking a lot more stiff, because I've gone through and I've sort of like made all the lines like kind of like weird shapes, I guess, that don't really look that natural. And then even, actually, in addition to that, let me bring this back. Another thing that I have started being less picky about is like when I do my, when I fill in the colors, I will kind of just like roughly, I'll kind of just like roughly fill it in. Actually, this was pretty good, but like, you know, like, oh, like, okay, you can kind of see a little bit of like hint of like color back here. And so you can kind of, you know, you can kind of like erase, oh, actually, that's because it was on a different layer. It wasn't on a layer. So, you know, you'll fill it in and like, oh, you know, actually it's peeking out a little bit here. And if I catch it, like maybe I'll clean it up, especially if it's like overlapping with some other piece. But often I will just let it be. Like, here's another spot right here. So yeah, I just kind of like, I kind of just stopped caring, which is like easy to say but hard to do, I feel like. But I think doing Inktober really helped. Like here, like for example here with the Noah's line art, like I could leave this alone. I can also erase it. Or like here, right? There's a little bit of a gap here, but I can just like color over it and it still like suggests the shape of the character that I wanna express. Whoops, wrong color. So yeah, it's hard. It's like hard to, I used to do that, but now I don't give a shit. Yeah, exactly. Do what Lemon Man does. Stop caring. The blue guy is Megamind himself. Okay. That's all I need to know. I just need to know the meme. Is that what the movie's about? Maybe I have to watch the movie just so I understand the meme. Yeah, again, another thing that I feel like I need to experience because it's culturally relevant. Not because I want to watch it per se, but because I feel like I don't know what's happening without it. It's the same reason I watched all of Friends like a couple years ago. Maybe last year? Don't remember. That's exactly your issue. Yay! I'm glad to provide some input. Yeah, no, it is definitely a relatable struggle. So I'm glad to help. Extremely glad to help. Okay, we got Noah's leg warmer thingies. And then she has like, we'll get her little feetsies. Yeah, I really like how I drew Noah. I think she looks so cute. Okay. Probably would have helped if I had reduced the sketch opacity, but yeah, but I think she looks cute. Does she look okay reflected? The movie is just a big meme feast, but it's still good. I like memes. That sounds very appealing, actually. A meme feast. Like Shrek? Is that like Gen Z Shrek? Or like young millennial Shrek? Does it play like a similar role? Megamind, sorry, I keep thinking Mega Man. Megamind is a supervillain that keeps being stopped by the same superhero. And then that superhero loses and Megamind wins and takes over and realizes he really liked the dynamics between him and the hero. Oh, I see. And now he like has to find a new purpose in life kind of thing. I see. I also haven't seen Despicable Me, which I think came out around the same time. Okay. Yeah, I think I like the shape of Noah. Some weird lines here. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, she looks so cute! I like the way I drew her! Megman is actually good, I love it. Yes. But I should still probably do line art because I never draw line art. You know, I saw a video a while back that was like, I don't think I watched it because I don't remember what they said in it. But like there was an artist who was like, I hate doing line art, so what I did was I just colored my sketches, and now I am much happier as a person. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. Like, whatever works. Okay. You do feel you rely on line too much? Yeah, I have that problem as well. I remember from one of my Huevembers last year, I tried to do a Huevember. I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself and do a lineless art that's just color blobs and like shapes and stuff. And I gave up. I gave up like 10 minutes in. I think I streamed that one actually. I gave up live on stream. I was like, no, I gotta draw the lines. If anything, it looks better. Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's no need to like do a particular process just because other people are doing it, you know? Like, do whatever works for yourself and your art. I'm gonna erase this line. Okay, so this is an example of where I feel like being picky is okay, because this line is a bit stray and it looks a little bit like it looks kind of like one of her fingers, so I'm like cleaning that up so it doesn't look ambiguous. And then same here, it's like cutting into her like her sleeve thing, so we're gonna make it look more separate. Joe keeps saying I was gonna not do line art this time, but I think I'm gonna do line art. So much it's almost a catchphrase. I wish I could just splash shapes and color and get something. My brain doesn't work that way. Yeah, I know. I see all these really cool artists who are like these really people who make like cute art, and it's like colors and like a shape, and then they draw like a cute like frog or a bunny or something, and it's like just shapes, and I'm like, how do you do that? How do you make it look like a thing with just shapes? I don't understand. You have like such a mastery of color that I have no access to. It's crazy. How do they do it? Though it makes me really want to try again for next Huevember. And that might be nice too, because if I can do that, I feel like I would save a lot of time, like drawing. You know what I mean? I don't know. You suck at color? You should do Huevember! It helped me so much! My first Huevember attempt was very weird. It like does not look good. But it like got better as I progressed, and then the second time I attempted Huevember, I feel like I did much better. Do Huevember! Challenge yourself! It's like giving yourself homework assignments. So you could practice. I think I also got a lot faster at drawing with Huevember. Some people are just very fast. I think the pressure of Huevember made me want to draw quickly. I can show how much I suck. Oh, you want to show a link? No, sure, please. I mean, I don't know if it's showing how much you suck, but yeah, please feel free to, as long as it's like a, not overly like NSFW or anything like that, because I don't want anybody to get jump scared. But let me permit lemon. But feel free to share some of your art in chat. I will do permit, and then yeah, I should increase that time limit. You've got 60 seconds. Don't panic. If you want me to do it again, let me know. But yeah, as long as it's not like NSFW or something, and it's not gonna like jump scare me or anybody else, because I am a fragile person and I'm scared easily. I feel like we checked and it's possible to increase and you can't, but maybe remembering wrong. Oh really? Oh, okay. We talked about it last stream and I immediately forgot to look into it, so we may have talked about this. People that work on a single layer blow my mind as well. Yeah, that was also something that I tried too. I mean, here, I guess the lesson to take away is like, if you're like, how does this work? Just try it and like struggle with it, but you'll kind of come out surprised, I feel like, because I did try that a little bit here and there. Like I make way less layers than I used to for coloring. like I will do a lot more coloring on the same layer, but I'll still separate some stuff out. Like if it's hard to, you know, like hair and stuff, if it's hard to like do it in a precise way without putting it on a separate layer. But yeah, in the past, I used to just like I used to make layers for everything, but in the end, I was like, you know what? That also takes forever because you have to like, you know, trace all these shapes and like make sure all the shapes are like fitting into everything. But so in some way, if you can paint on less layers, it saves a lot of time. But the trick to painting on less layers is kind of similar to line confidence. You need like color confidence. Like it will look bad if you keep like going over the same areas over and over again. So instead, you need to have like a process where it's like, okay, I'm gonna go like rough to more precise over time. And so like I kind of came up with this process. I mean, I'll talk through it a little bit. You probably see me do this when I color other stuff, but like you know, you set your base colors down, and some of them may be separated by layers depending on how you want to, you know, not like how much you feel like it's going to be difficult to like keep the shapes separate. And then what you do is like once you put down a shadow color or whatever, you just leave it there. And so like you kind of just have to be like, I am making a decision about the shadow and I am drawing it like this. Like this is what the shape of the shadow is gonna look like. And then you leave it. And you have to also decide like, and this is the color that I'm using for the shadow, and then you leave it. You have to leave it alone, which is very scary. But it makes it look a lot neater. If you don't do that, then your single layer of color is gonna look real like, you know, blobby and like weird. Very unintentionally colored. So that is a trick, but that in itself takes a lot of practice because you kind of have to have in your mind a little bit ahead of time, like, oh, this is kind of how I want to think about colors, and this is how I want to think about like the shapes in the illustration. So it's definitely something you can only do with practice, but you can only practice it by doing it. So it's sort of, yeah, like a chicken and egg thing. Imagine making decisions. I know. It's like, why am I making myself do this? I have to make all these decisions in real life to survive, and now I'm making myself do it for fun? What's wrong with me? Okay, let's see here. Noah. Noah is a little bit more tan than Kara is, so we're going to put down a base color. Oh, and actually, yeah, Kara's a good example of this. All these colors are on the one layer, actually, and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna shade them, you know, separately without splitting all these pieces into different layers. So we will see an example of that shortly. Where's Noah? She's here. Let's see. Okay, so put a little bit. Oops. Oh no! Oh no! I accidentally undid my clipping layer, or my mask. There we go. Okay. Yes. Okay, because I'm the link now. Okay, let me permit again. 1 second. There we go. Okay. There you go. Should be good for 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, so let me see. I don't think we can see this because it's on a file on your local computer. You will probably have to, if you want us to see it, you'll have to like load it into, you'll have to upload it somewhere, I think, like Imager or something like that. But for now, maybe you could like describe what you draw. Yeah, what kind of stuff do you draw? I was curious actually when you first talked about it. It's all good, no worries. Yeah, if you have the bandwidth to like, or the desire to like upload it to like Imager or something, like temporarily host it somewhere, you can send the link then. Or you can tell us about your art. I'm always curious about what people are drawing. I feel like Noah has very similar hair color to Kara's actually, but it's like more red and darker. Is that what? Let's see. Yeah, she kind of has a more This looks like Noah hair color, I think, right? And then Kara has a more like blue palette. I think. Yeah, but anyway. I was not expecting to talk so long about about coloring on one layer. I have a lot of thoughts about it apparently. But yeah, I think the best thing, I tried it again for another kind of like challenge thing. I think it was like it was like that meme that went around a while ago where it was like draw 6 characters. So like there was a template with 6 boxes and then you post it online on social media or something, and then you ask people to like suggest 6 characters to draw. And then you draw them, and I was like, oh, these are just little boxes. Why don't I just try drawing on one layer for each character and see how it goes? And it was like actually a very successful experiment. I was very proud of myself. It was kind of scary, but in the end, it was quite fast. You have lots of many things. It's one of your best qualities. Thank you. You know, I think that's true too. I like my ability to engage with stuff. I feel like it makes my life much more colorful and enjoyable. I like doing it. People with few thoughts make for boring streamers. Yeah, definitely a different kind of style. I mean, I'm sure there's streamers out there who have figured out how to work with their personalities, but yeah, I do feel like many good streamers are certified yappers. It also makes it really easy to stay engaged. Yeah, because there's always something to talk about. I don't know. I'm always thinking about stuff, which is maybe a good thing. I mean, I think it's a good thing most of the time. Sometimes it can be a bad thing, but that's what you go to therapy for. That's what you go to therapy for, so you can cope with things that are happening. Speaking of which, I don't know when I will be able to make these things. Like I usually for a lot of my charms, not all of them, but a lot of my charms, I work with a Chinese supplier, a manufacturer. I've worked with them for years. They're really friendly and nice, and they do good work. But with the tariff stuff, I'm like, I don't know. They were a they're a good business partner, and I want to keep working with them, but things are becoming expensive in an unknown amount, and I don't know what to do. So we are working on this acrylic. I was gonna ask them to help me make this as well, but I don't know if I can now. So I'm still gonna make it, and we will wait and see, I suppose. Yeah. Guys, you always have thoughts in your brain, or is it sometimes truly empty? For my brain to be empty, I have to use drugs or achieve a flow state. I think the flow state is usually when my brain is empty. It is, I'm trying to color his Noah's eyeballs. It is one of the advantages of like, when you write a list down and you can turn your brain off and just be like, time to do list. I don't have to make decisions. I just have to do stuff on list. And like, that's what I enjoy about turning my brain off. But yeah, I am really almost always thinking about something. I don't know. But like I said, it's both a good and a bad thing. I'm too stupid to upload an image. Oh no! No, you can yeah, I'm sure there's like I don't know how to explain it on stream. But yeah, if you go to like Imager, or I'll type the URL in if you don't have to do this now. I don't want to pressure you or anything, but like is my own bot gonna bonk me for typing a URL in chat? Let's see. Okay. Is it imager.com? Or is it Imager some other like weird thing? Okay, yeah, it's imager.com. Usually I use Imager to like upload, like if I want to share something randomly, like on the fly, I will use Imager, upload something, and then you can like paste the link in. Yeah. So it is very useful. Again, you do not have to do this right now, but it's something that I have found useful, and I would like to share the site because I think it is useful. My brain's only empty when I'm focused on something. Otherwise, going at a million miles per hour inevitably towards a wall. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, is my brain ever off? I think I think maybe sometimes after I have engaged in something very difficult, like if I've just finished writing like a research paper or something, like then my brain will like actually turn off. Like I will sit on the couch and play mobile games for hours because my brain has no energy left. So that will happen. So just from fatigue, I suppose. JoJo streams very regularly, so you have lots of time if you would like to share. Yeah, feel free to come in again and you're now determined to do this. Yeah. Yeah, learning a skill is always a cool thing. And now you have unlocked the skill to share your art in more ways. You try to stay engaged with stuff. Yeah, like when you're watching a show or something and you're just like thinking, you can turn your brain off for other things and then you just, you know, concentrate on what you're looking at. I feel like this green is the wrong color green, but I guess we'll mess with, as long as we have the colors kind of blocked out, we can mess with the other stuff later. Oh my god, she's so cute! I really love the way I drew Noah. She looks so cute. And I feel like knowing me, I'm gonna go back to Kara and be like, I have to draw her all over again because I'm unhappy. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Head empty. I don't know. It's like when some people talk about like going on vacation, like doing nothing, but I like can't do that. They're like, oh, I'm gonna like just sit by the ocean. I'm like, I can't sit by the ocean. I have to go look at the ocean or like be in the ocean or read about the ocean. Like I don't know. I can't not do it. Or like I can't just sit there and like you know, meditate. I actually do have a really hard time with meditation. But fun fact, meditation is not about turning your brain off. It's about observing when your brain is on. Whoa. That's something I did not know before I tried it. And it's a very useful skill, actually. It's a sort of a prerequisite for like emotional regulation. So highly recommended skill to acquire. You like wiki crawling for video games, which no one is surprised by. Oh, I see. You go on like a little like historical treasure hunt. That's cool. I will do that sometimes. Especially if I play a game that's kind of like, you know, open-ended. I'm like, oh my god, I want to hear what the fan interpretations are. I will like go and see what the wiki says about it. Or like if it's a game that is like part of a larger timeline that I like can't wrap my head around, I'll like go and like investigate on wikis. But it only strikes me every now and then. Hopefully it works. Okay, let me not the best art you made. Oh, that's okay. I mean, Lemon Man, people on this stream have watched me draw all sorts of a various range of quality of things. You know, some things turn out good, some things turn out, you know, quote unquote bad. The important thing is to do. Yes. Aha, you did it! Oh, let me look. Let's see. Da, da, da. It's loading. Oh, nice! Yeah, I can see what you're saying about the sketchy quality of her drawings. It looks good. I like the color under the sketch. And then you have like nice like shadow shapes too, and it gives it, you know, some like dimension instead of just being flat. It looks really good, I think. I think it looks great. Yeah, it has a cool style. Yeah. Exactly. Minecraft was a game you practically had to wiki crawl for, which is probably part of why I still play it to this day. Ah, because you're sort of like doing research as you play. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, Noah has bright blue pants. Now, yeah, success for imager upload. Good job. Now you can go off and share to your heart's content. Like, the recipe book didn't exist originally. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard the recipe book was a thing that was added later, and thank God, because otherwise I would have. Otherwise, you guys in chat would have been like, okay, make a plank by putting stuff in square number 2. No, the other square number 2. The one in the middle. No, the one in the middle that's on the bottom. Like, there would be a lot of crying, I think. I don't know how people did it back in the day. I guess you literally would just look it up, huh? To figure out recipes and such. I don't know how you would explain that over chat. Mostly look it up. Yeah, okay. So no need to try to like graphically explain how to do the crafting. That would be very hard. I'm unsure what to do about Noah's feet. Because she wears sandals, but I feel like this is gonna be too small for the sandal details to come through. Experiment with stuff randomly? Oh, I see. I'm gonna borrow this brown color. Like, I guess I could do it like, kind of just like a simplified sandals color, like this. This? Something like that, maybe? Just sandals? I guess that might be good enough. Okay. As a kid, if I didn't have the recipe book, I would just search everything up. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we've got Noah filled in. I think she looks pretty good. Okay. Yes, I'm quite happy with how I have drawn Noah. I think she looks cute. Now we must progress to Vaughn. Or I go, maybe I can make some planks in some way from the wood. How do I do that? Oh, and then you just kind of like place stuff. Okay, because it follows some logical sense. So you kind of, oh, so that's interesting. So there is some sense of discovery that comes from the actual crafting part as well. I see. And then you go to school and then you're like, oh my gosh, you guys, I just figured out how to make, you know, whatever. And then you have to like draw it. You draw it and then you like share with your friends, like a collective like research notebook. That sounds so fun, actually. I miss those days. Things were a lot harder. I mean, again, like, probably not a thing that most people have time for now, so it makes sense that things have changed, but yeah, like, you know, games, back in my day, games were like, you discover stuff and then you tell people at school about it, and that's how you learn about things. Or you go on the internet and go to some sort of, like, very dubious website that some fellow 5th grader has made, and they are spouting lies on the internet, but you're like, well, I gotta check. I gotta check if this cheat is real. And I sort of miss that, but yeah, we, like, nowadays, the world moves so fast. We, like, don't have time for that nowadays, I think. I mean, we could make time for it, I suppose. Nothing's stopping us. Okay, we are... Just make sure I'm kind of in a similar vein with the pen size. Okay. Okay, I think I might wanna... Okay. Yeah, I think this is a good chubbiness for Vaughn's face. She said doobie. Did I? I don't know. I don't remember what I said. What was I saying? Also that friend that looked it up and decides to drip feed stuff to you so you're amazed every time. Yeah, and they become like the most popular kid because they like know all the stuff. Dubious, which is a great word. Oh, dubious. dubious website. I miss dubious websites. I really want to go. Man, sometimes I just go on NeoCities and like kind of absorb the vibe because I miss that. I miss the feeling of like dubious handcrafted websites. It is. I want to become a digital hermit. Reject social media and go live in my little corner of the internet. Okay. Does that look like Vaughn, kind of? It's a great word. It's a good word. His eyes are uneven. His eyes are uneven. Look at this. Oh, this is the other thing I started doing. It's like just chopping stuff up instead of like erasing and redrawing stuff. Some people use the liquify tool, but I've not really gotten the hang of the liquify tool yet. Is it okay if I draw your character because I don't know what to draw? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'd be honored. I'd be very honored. Thank you for drawing me. I would love to see it when you're done if you are comfortable with sharing. But if you are not comfortable with sharing, that is also totally okay. You do you. Okay. His eyes are uneven. Why is drawing eyes is so hard? Ugh. Why do I draw anime? Why do I draw anime, you guys? Okay. Good enough, perhaps. Nowadays I use a modded recipe book. That's been a thing in various iterations since before the vanilla recipe book was a thing. Oh, so like some fans like made a recipe book? What is different about the like fan made one, like the mod one? Is it like more or less information? Oh my god, these 90s hair. I gotta put this guy up on screen. His hair is so... Oh yes, it's a JPEG. Excellent. Hey Greg, how's it going? Twitch didn't tell me you were streaming. Oh, well, I'm gonna be here for a little while longer. I'm probably maybe halfway through, so I'll be here for a little longer. Not like I had much to say. Oh, what do you mean? Why are you saying this? It's good to see you. Where is my desktop? Where is my JPEG that I just saved? I'm trying to show you how 90s this hair is. There we go. Okay. Look at this man. Look at his hair. Look at him. His eyes are so round too. The other day I tried to draw Tundra from Demon Slayer. I realized drawing anime faces is extremely hard. Oh, to be fair though, the Demon Slayer drawing style is quite unusual, I feel like. It's pretty hard to draw. I actually, I don't think I've ever tried drawing Demon Slayer, but I kind of look at like the line quality of Demon Slayer and it's got like this sort of angular aspect to it that I think is kind of hard to emulate. So I don't know if that makes you feel any better, but I see Demon Slayer art and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of hard. It's kind of like the eyes are kind of like, oh god, I'm not like looking at like a, I'm not looking at a thing, but like the eyes are kind of, you know, they kind of have this like choppy quality to them. You know what I mean? It's not like smooth, you know, like it's kind of like this, you know. I don't know, like very, very ink weight oriented. Yeah, it's hard. All the items are on the side instead of having to learn as you get items. Lets you look up a lot of machine recipes. Oh, okay. So like you can see like, oh, here's like common things that people make, and then you can kind of like follow along. That's cool. Yeah, I guess if you're a much more advanced player and you're like not really surprised by things anymore, that's like a good way to kind of jumpstart things without having to have a separate screen open. You say too much most times, honestly. Aw. Wizmander says they like when Greg says things. Aw. Kingdom farts. Ah ha ha ha. Nice. And now you can both look up how to make something. Now you can both look up how to make something and how to use something. I think, is that an and instead of an out? And how to use something. I see. As a solid search system. Oh, I see. Sounds a bit advanced for someone like me. I probably would see all the recipes and be like, I don't know what this is for. But if you've been playing for a while, you're probably like, oh, I see. This is exactly what I need. I've always found Naruto style hard to replicate. It impresses me how much good animation or fan art of it exists. Yeah, Naruto's, lucky for me, I spent a lot of my middle school life drawing, like copying Naruto drawings. So I have a pretty good, like, I feel like I have a pretty good, like, emulation of Naruto drawings. I know they kind of have a particular, like, eye shape, and then, like, you know, Naruto has this kind of, like this sort of thing, and then, you know, the thing. So I spent a lot of time looking at Naruto drawings, and then I feel like that influenced me a lot, and then the other anime style probably influenced me the most. Like, if you look at these eyeballs, like, my art style is heavily influenced by Cardcaptor Sakura, which is kind of has these like weird like half oval eyeballs, and like, you know, it's very like shoujo anime looking. Like, this is how I draw my eyes, like, naturally, because I drew so much Cardcaptor Sakura. And then for a while I was really into the Bleach art style, so I would draw my noses like, you know, I drew my mouths like, and like my faces kind of like in this like, you know, like this kind of style that like this sort of thing. I can't do it now, but like, you know, Bleach had this kind of like very blocky like thing going on, and like they always draw nose holes. But I kind of fell off I feel like Bleach doesn't influence me as much anymore. Yeah, I'm mostly a Cardcaptors girl. Bleach has a great art style. Oh my god, yeah, the drawings are so good. The story, I kind of fell off of it. Maybe somebody who toughed it out until the end has different feelings, but I kind of fell off of Bleach after a while. But the art style, yes. What's the artist name? Tite Kubo or something? He has kind of like a funny name. Tite Kubo. Okay. Is this anime enough for Vaughn? I don't know. I feel like this is too many hair spikes. It's an or how to use something. Ah, okay, I see. The Sharingan was especially tricky. They always drew upper lips. Oh yeah, they drew upper lips. They like, yeah, they always drew the upper lip, like the you know, the part of your nose that's like, okay, here's a nose. You know, here's a nose, and then there's like this part, you know, on your lips. Oh god, horrendous. Look at this realistic nose I'm drawing. But this part, that's the part that is like this when they draw their mouth. And then they always drew nose holes too. Like this is a nose hole, and then they have like the eyeballs. Tite Kubo. Oh, I remembered after all these years. Anyway. But me, I draw no noses most of the time. the art style that has stayed with me after all these years is Cardcaptor Sakura. There's no changing that, I guess. There's no changing what you first started drawing. Does his hair look even? No, his hair does not look even. I do not know how to fix this. Vaughn, how do I draw your hair? Should I give him like a... Like in his concept art? Kind of has this like... Or not his concept art, like his 3D render. He has like this like... Kind of like... I don't know, like 90s boy band like thing. I feel like it shows too much of his forehead. Maybe like this? Something like that? Oh, it doesn't really look like him now. When you add too many extra details to your character, you run the risk of making them ugly, but he knew how to make them sexy. Yeah, it was like just enough. It's the eyes, man. Bleach eyes were really good. The kind of mod pack I run would probably overwhelm you. Yeah, like I think you probably need some base knowledge to appreciate, I think, certain mod packs. I should like... Sorry, I'm trying out different hair shapes. It is hard to translate these hair stripes into like a drawing. Like what? Like look at him. He looks like he rolled out of bed. The 90s anime hair. Why are you like this? I mean, I guess Final Fantasy VII was like that too. Like Aerith is like her hair is like. Wait, what do her bangs look like? Does she have like curly things, or does it kind of just look like this? Is it just spiky? Yeah, she has spiky, and then she has curly things underneath, I think. And then she has like big braid. I can't remember if her ribbon is on the bottom or the top. No, it's at the top. She does not have double ribbon. She has ribbon here, and then like a little tie like this. Yeah, she also has huge bangs. Go away, Aerith. It is not your time. Okay, Maybe here? Is that good? Is that too... Maybe this is good? Seems reasonable. I feel like I need a extra like thing here. Like this, maybe? I don't know. What does his in-game model look like? Let me look him up. What do you look like in the game? Oh, the concept art. I can look at his actual anime version of himself. Okay, no, that doesn't help. It looks just as... I mean, I guess the thing is he looks more... because in the game he looks kind of more like... He looks kind of more like this. Like he has more of like a middle split actually. But in fight, yeah, in the game he has more of a middle split. So maybe I should just draw him like that? Dang it. I'm gonna have to, but his concept art has him like this. Like it's kind of like in front of his face. Like this. But it's just like extra spiky. So I don't know. When you started streaming, did you ever expect to gain a following? No, I did not. I've told this before, but I started streaming so I could because I couldn't figure out how to stream on Discord with my avatar because I wanted to use it. But so I was like, you know what, I'll just stream on Twitch so that my sisters can watch me play video games. And then, you know, I won't really like advertise it anywhere, but then like people came. I think nobody really watched until I streamed Outer Wilds that one time, and then Greg was there at the very beginning actually too, because Greg's been following me on like Twitter for a very long time. But yeah, but once I streamed Outer Wilds and people just like showed up, and I was like, who are you people? But yeah, no, mostly it was like I mean, even now my channel's not monetized. I don't really want to monetize it, but it's like a good way to play games, like make time to play games in sort of a regular basis, and also hang out with fun people in chat. So I'm enjoying it. That's really all that goes through my mind. It's crazy you design your model for just 2 people. Well, I mean, here's the truth. I designed the model for me because I wanted to look at it while I'm streaming games, and I think it looks cool. So I like, forget about my sisters. I designed this model for myself. So that was really the reason why, but it also helped that like, oh, then I can kind of just like sit around in my pajamas while playing games and no one will be any the wiser. So that is also an advantage, because that's why I wanted to do it on Discord. I mean, not like my sisters would care if I was just streaming for them, but it helps that I don't have to have my camera on, which is makes things a lot more comfortable. Okay, I'm going to attempt to. Yeah, rigging stuff. Yeah, no, it's I would say it's mostly for me. I just like, I don't know, I like making stuff, okay? I just like making stuff. I don't know what else to say about it. True. You're done. Extremely are strong because you're too tired. Oh, no worries. Oh, do you want me to? Here, I'll send another permit in case you want to link it again. Oh, where's my command? Hold on. There we go. I'm sure it's great, Lemon Man. Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm trying a middle part and seeing if that looks better. Okay, let me click on this imager link. Oh, cool, it's me! Look at it! Aw. Why do the eyes look weird? Oh, Lemon Man, that's so great! Thank you so much! Oh my goodness. Wow, fan art! That's so cool. Thank you. I think it's wonderful. It looks so good. Thank you, Lemon Man. I think it looks great, even though it was a rush drawing. It's a nice way to schedule time for things you want to do that is set enough in stone that because people expect it to happen, you're less likely to go like, I'm not feeling it today. Yeah! And actually, that's the biggest reason I do my art streams, because I tend to not draw if I'm like not making myself draw. So the art streams really help with that, actually. Okay, already I think this looks so much better. Doing this kind of like parted. Like this. I think this looks better, yeah. JoJo Story fan art, yeah! So great! Wow, that brings me such delight. Thank you very much. I'm very honored. You came here for one chill stream and you're drawing? Yeah! Yeah, draw with me! Make some cool stuff. I mean, speaking of do you guys want to see something I made? I prepared the screenshots for it because I was very proud of it, and I was like, I want to bring it up in stream, but I don't know how. So I've been like this is so like not anything, but it brings me delight. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Let me change this image out. I've been working on customizing my phone. But or actually, I'll show this first. Oops, so big. So this is what my phone home screen looks like. With the apps and stuff. I did not draw these. I should plug the person who drew this. I'll put it in the chat. It's by an artist named Oak Frogs. And they have really, really cute like phone packs. And like, you know, like you can change like your icons out for like iPad or iPhone or Android or whatever. There's a lot of really cool ones. There's like a Stardew Valley themed one. There's like a Snoopy-ish looking one. There's like a Pokemon one. It's really cool. Proud? Isn't that a sin? That's okay. I'm okay being proud. But yeah, this shop is like real, like super cute illustrations. I bought, they have a Tamagotchi pack that I bought, which is what you're seeing now. And then they also have like a 90s nostalgia pack, which you will see shortly. But oh my God, they have such good art. So it looks so cool, right? But here's the kicker. So I did not make that part, but I wanted to show the context. This is I have a second screen if you swipe to the right. And so the top part is, you can see I was like, I wanted to talk about this. I blurred out my location on the weather app, but I have my weather app at the top, and then the illustrations in the middle are from Oak Frogs as well, from their nostalgia pack. But I spent like the last 2 days making these two widgets on my phone using it's called KWGT. It's like a custom widget making app. But the left one, I wanted to study kanji because it helps me with both Japanese and Korean. And I went to there's like a website, and so what this widget does is like every morning at like 3 a.m. it will like go to the website, it will like extract out the daily kanji, and then like display it here, and then also put the English meaning and then the Japanese readings, and then it will also ping a different website to get the Korean reading and put that all on my screen. So every day I will have a new kanji to look at and learn. And then on the right side, I have a daily like tarot draw because I really like tarot cards. And this actually is an illustration by, this is illustrated by, oh, what's that person's name? This tarot deck was illustrated by an illustrator, like somebody who specializes in like cute cards. But they made this tarot deck called the Kawaii Tarot, which is the first tarot deck I ever bought. And I will plug them here too, because they are an artist as well. And they and it'll just like, but they have a website for it, and so every day it'll go to that website, pick a random tarot card, and then like display the picture and the and like the meaning of it, which is so fun. And I was like so proud of myself for making these little like web widgets to like show me daily things. What's tarot cards? Oh my gosh. Okay. It's not that old, but it's kind of a old-ish, like it was like very popular, I want to say in like the 1800s or something like that. It's not like an ancient like you know, religious thing or anything like that, but it is a form of divination, where there is a set of 78 cards. It's kind of like playing cards, where like, you know, every deck of playing cards has the same like suits and numbers and stuff and colors. Tarot cards are kind of similar. It's a deck of 78 cards that always come in the same like suits and colors and stuff. And mostly they look like this. The original tarot set had like illustrations on them that were kind of like weirdly, like they're sort of whimsical or dreamy and like looked kind of weird. But historically, every card in the set has like a meaning associated with it. So a little bit like, I don't know, like ink blots kind of. You like look at the picture and then you're like, oh, it makes me think of something. So it's a way of like, some people use it for like predicting the future. Like you're like, oh, who's gonna win the Super Bowl or something? And then you shuffle your tarot deck and you draw the tarot card and it says like, the 9 of swords, and you're like, oh my gosh, the 9 of swords means like this, and that seems to correspond with, you know, that team. So it's kind of just like a fun way of like, it's a fun like fortune telling thing. Some people take it very seriously. I am not one of those people. I like collecting them for art reasons, but I also like them as kind of like a I don't know, how do I describe it, like a thinking prompt, I guess. Like if I have this on my screen, I can be like, oh, like I can think about like, you know, in what ways am I, you know, fortunate in my life, right? Like the 10 of Pentacles means like, oh, like it signifies like having a lot of money or being like very secure in your job or whatever. And so it kind of makes me think about like, oh, those are some things I can think about today. Like, you know, I'm very grateful to have my job, or like I'm, you know, very fortunate in these ways or whatever. So I kind of like it for that. Yes, exactly. Kind of like flipping a coin, but with 78 chances. Exactly. And so because it has so many broad meanings, it's like you know, people use it in all sorts of ways. I read a book a long time ago called The Creative Tarot, which is really fun because what you do with the tarot cards is you kind of like use it sort of like a random generator that for like things that you're making. So like say you're writing a story, or in my case, like if I'm writing like a Dungeons and Dragons, you know, campaign thing for players or something like that. Sometimes like you can do things like, okay, like say I want like 5 like story arcs that I want my players to go through, right? I can draw 5 cards and then kind of use those 5 cards as like inspiration for each story arc, you know, without having to kind of like be sitting there like, oh my god, what do I do? You know, like it's one way to do that. Or in my case, like sometimes what I will do is like, okay, well, we've progressed the story, but now I have this bad guy and I don't know like how to like resolve the bad guy. Like how should I introduce the bad guy? And I will like draw a tarot card and will say something like, oh, you drew the like, I don't know, like the Page of Wands or whatever. And I forget what the Page of Wands means off the top of my head, but like, you know, you can be like, oh, okay, like that kind of gives me inspiration for a kind of character, and then you can write something like that. So people use tarot cards in that kind of way too, which I think is really, really fun. So yeah, it's like a thing. It's sort of become a trend. Like you'll go to like, at least where I live, like you can go to like, you know, like, actually I think it's fallen off a little bit, but you know, you'll go to bookstores and stuff nowadays and you'll see tarot cards being sold, or like I went to like Kinokuniya, which is like a Japanese bookstore chain around here, and like they sell tarot cards. And then like you'll go to Kickstarter and like there's all these sorts of like, like some artists banded together and they made like the Demon Slayer fan tarot set, like where they had a bunch of artists like each draw a different card or whatever. So yeah, a lot of fun things. I love it so much. I think it's really fun. Some people do use it for like, I will talk to the spirits through the cards or whatever, and blah blah blah. But like I that's not something that I am really into, but I know that is also a common like thing that people will use for tarot cards for. So it's not all, yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people associate tarot cards with. But I don't know, I like it, it's fun. Yeah, I don't know, I find it interesting from a, oh my god, I'm talking so much, I'm not making any progress on my art, but that is okay, I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm in general really interested in like kind of folk practices, like superstitions and stuff. I think it's fascinating that the human race has like constructed these things. I think it's fascinating that it's a thing that humans like to do, I guess. So I like reading about it, I like learning about it, I like reading books about like how different people use tarot. I read a really interesting book some years ago about the history of magical grimoires. Like this is how grimoires became a thing in like Europe, and like where it came from, and actually what the historical roots of grimoires were. And it's actually not anything. Like it's a marketing thing for people like back in like the 1700s, when people were like, oh, I found this magical book from like a pharaoh's tomb in Egypt. It's like none of that is real. People made it up to sell books in the 1700s because that's what like the Victorians were really into or whatever. Like it's very fascinating. It was mostly used to, the Egyptians made the tarot cards? No way, really? No, I'm fairly certain it's one of those things where it's like, there's a story behind it, but it's like not actually, that's like, there's no actual proof that it was from there. I think some like person made it up. There was like a lady who's very famous. or like a group of people, because the original tarot is called like the Raider White Tarot, which is named after the two creators. But maybe they, well, I don't know, maybe they did get it from somewhere. I don't know. I would love to have that fact confirmed in my mind. I should probably look that up. Some people like the whimsy of it. Yes, I'm very much into the whimsy, and it is genuinely good, I think, for like as like our brainstorming device. And they look cool. Sometimes people make really cool art for it. Tarot interesting, but Final Fantasy character you think you could beat in a fight? Kate Sith or Kashi, if you say it in the proper Gaelic manner. That I am probably not doing very correctly. Man, I have to figure out how to draw this guy's thing. Oh my god, you can't see what I'm drawing because of my stupid... Let me move this. Okay. I have to draw this man's vest, and I don't know how to do that. A lot of superstition emerged from sound advice, but that they couldn't get anyone to believe the advice. So they had to make it like cool so that people would do it. Is that how it works? I was also gonna say Kate Sith without his ride. Yeah, without the big Moogle thingy. You could beat him with a chair, yeah. If you're Aerith, you can beat anybody with a chair. That's a Final Fantasy VII remake joke. I don't know how to draw a vest, you guys. I don't know how to draw a vest. How do you draw a vest with a neck collar? They had to come up with a reason why that advice is wise, yeah. And you have to be like, the spirit said so, and then everyone's like, oh my god. It's like, yeah, you'll believe the spirits, but you won't believe me? Okay, whatever works, I guess. I'm sad I'm covering up his little chinny chin chin, because I think it's cute. The spirits within? Oh my god, we don't talk about the spirits within. I hardly remember it. I did watch it back in the day. Never let Square Enix make a 3D movie again. Don't let them do it. Fun fact, Spirits Within is a paladin skill in Final Fantasy XIV. I think about the movie every time I use it in the game. Anyway, thank you for letting me rant about my special interest today. I feel like I'm talking a lot about random stuff. Does he have... Oh, his shirt kind of like splits up into a... Okay, there's like a little apron thing. And then he has like pants that kind of just come out of the... Okay, I see. Streamer apologizing for talking. That's right. I guess that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. Sometimes it emerges as behavior you don't want your kid to do, like breaking a mirror, being bad luck. Absolutely came from mom and dad spending a lot on it and not wanting you to break it, yeah. Also, it's dangerous. Breaking a mirror is like... You could probably get hurt pretty bad if you're a kid and you like break a bunch of glass, you know? So... Oh man, Vaughn here with his Dragon Ball Z feet. Little Dragon Ball Z feet. Okay. I made a severe and continuous lapse in my talking and don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize. What do you mean? Yo, chat, do whatever you want. You can be as chatty or not chatty as you want. I will talk to myself regardless of whether you're here or not. I'm good at talking to myself. That and also to warn the kids that it's very fragile. Yes, that is true. Yeah, I kind of wonder about that too. I feel like I think about it more when I'm learning about superstitions that are from a culture that I'm not familiar with. Like a while back there was a game. Yeah, there was a game, or maybe it was, I don't know how old the game was, but a streamer. The point is, there was a streamer that I was watching, and he was playing a game about, I think it was Indonesian, like basically like superstitions, or like it was a horror game about Indonesian superstitions, like made by Indonesian developers who were kind of like, you know, we want to show off our culture and stuff. And so there's like certain things that kind of came up in that stream where it's like, I think there was a mechanic where like if there was some open actions that you could decide to do or decide not to do. So there's things like you're not supposed to take baths at night, I guess, because that's like very bad to do. And you're not supposed to, like, if you're like a pregnant woman, like one thing that you do is you carry like a sharp thing with you. It's like a small pair of scissors or something like that. Like that's apparently a thing. But yeah, the streamer was talking about it in that stream as well. Like, oh, maybe it's like a thing that like, you know, like carrying the sharp thing, for example, you can kind of imagine like, oh, like, well, you know, if you're pregnant and like maybe heavily pregnant, like you're probably not able to run away if some kind of danger happens. And so if you need to defend yourself from some kind of attacker, then you better have a sharp object on you, right? So like maybe that's kind of like where that came from, you know? Did you have to teach Marble not to jump on the stove? Kind of. Generally, he seems to leave it alone if it's hot. Like, I think cats with their whiskers, they can kind of, like, tell if it's hot. But yeah, thankfully, he's never burned himself on the stove. But we do teach him not to go onto the, counter. So he won't do it when we're allowed, or when we're around, sorry. Anyway, and usually when we're using the stove, we are around or we're eating dinner while the stove is cooling down, so he won't go on there anyhow. But there's never been an incident where he's like jumped up to the stove and like burned his paws or something, which I am kind of afraid of, because we have one of those like, we used to in our old apartment had one of those like flat stoves, so he could just jump straight onto there. Now we have a stove that's like a gas stove, so there's like a grill on top, so it may not be super attractive for him to be there. It's like a little hard to walk on, so that probably helps. But yeah, we just kind of taught him not to be on the counter in general. But he will go on there when we are not in the room. So, but usually we are not using the stove while we are not in the kitchen. Because that would be dangerous. So yeah, no, I think he did burn himself once we had like a baking pan on the table, like we were eating something out of it on the dinner table, and he like put his paws up onto the table to see what it was, you know, kind of like standing on his hind legs, and he put his paw on the baking sheet, and he burned his paw a little bit. And so after that, I think he's quite careful. So I'm not sure if that's related. Like he kind of learned his lesson about hot things, and then whenever he detects high temperatures, he's like careful now. So yeah, it wasn't too badly burned, but he put his paw just like a little too long on it, and it burned him. Part of my culture, we throw a doll in the river for luck or something like that. I don't really remember all that well, though. Huh, you throw a doll in the river. Yeah, see, that sort of thing, it's like a little harder to interpret. Like, oh, well, like, how did that come about? Interesting. Yeah, but I am curious about those kinds of things. Like, what's the history of these sorts of things? I looked it up. We don't know where tarot originated, but we can find stuff mentioning tarot as far back as the 1200s. Oh, okay. Huh, all right. So much older than I thought, actually. Yeah, I guess you guys were right. I stand corrected. My friend got a kitten. He jumped up the stove when it was hot and burned his paw. Oh, yeah. No, I think because I do suspect it's because Marble had that smaller incident with the stove, or with the baking pan. So he probably is a bit more like, he understands what like hot things are now. Oh my god, Vaughn is so cute. Look at him. He's so sturdy looking. It wasn't used for divination until the 18th century. Oh, really? What was it used for before that? What did people make it for? Now I need to go wiki hopping. I gotta go whipping hopping. Long ago, my cat went to the chimney while it was burning logs and burned his tail. It didn't catch fire, just a small burn. He was out of there immediately. Oh, like the embers were there. Oh, poor thing. But I bet he never went near it again. Oh. Maybe it came as the idea of don't get too attached to anything. Everything is temporary enough to be dropped in a river and gone forever. Yeah. But why a doll specifically, I wonder? Maybe because it represents a person? I don't know. Like throwing yourself away. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Tarot was a game. Ah. As always. It was always a card game. You can actually do divination with like regular modern playing cards as well. I think it's called cartomancy. If I'm remembering correctly. I don't know much about it, but I think it's a very similar, it's like almost exactly the same thing, like the suits and the numbers and all different meanings. So you can use like a regular deck of playing cards if you want to be like stealth about your your divination thing. I could give a quick summary of the tradition if you want. Yeah, I would love that. I think that would be fascinating to learn about. Known as Tarochi. Ah, and that's where the name comes from. Uh-huh. Oh my god, look at Vaughn. He's so cute. Okay, the middle part for Vaughn was a good idea. I think that makes him look more Vaughn-like. We need to create a clipping layer. Tarochi shirt. Tamagorochi. You guys, I was gonna say, oh, somebody should make a Tamagotchi tarot deck. But you guys, I do have a copy of the Tamagotchi fortune telling deck that was printed in Japan in the 1990s at some point. I do have one actually. It's all Japanese though, so I can't actually use it for divination, but I do own it. And it is a dream of mine to like scan all the cards and like organize a translation project maybe with some of the other Tamagotchi fans and like make like a reprinting of it or something, though I'm not sure if that would fly now because Tamagotchi is sort of an active franchise again, but then we could have English language cards and I think that would be really cool. And I could tell the future with Tamagotchi. From the looks of Wikipedia, it looks to have been an early first millennium satanic panic. Oh, really? Wow, history really does repeat itself. Oh my god, these cards are the devil's tools! Like all these young people playing cards. Actually, that sounds believable. That does sound very, I was gonna say rational, but not rational, but like the fact that people were scared of people playing cards makes sense to me, actually. Yeah, I remember as an oldish millennial, I remember when we were not allowed to play with Pokemon because it was like devil stuff. Though it didn't last very long. I think the parents on this were they were not that upset about it, at least in my immediate like circles of parents that I interacted with. But it was like a thing, like people were like, oh, Pokemon's evil, it's like Satan stuff. What was the explanation? It was because it was like celebrating creatures that were like not created by God or something like that. I don't remember. It was something like that. But then everyone kind of gave up on it, and I'm pretty sure everyone's fine with Pokemon now. I have not heard much Pokemon opposition recently. Because it mentioned evolution. Oh, that's right! Yeah, the evolution bit. Yeah. I do remember that. I wonder if kids today are still, I wonder if like very strict Christian families are still hung up on Pokemon, or if they don't care at this point because it's too popular. Maybe it is, I don't know. Even though evolution Pokemon is more metamorphosis than actual evolution, yeah. Yep. They like, Pikachu goes into a cocoon and becomes a Raichu. Basically. A cocoon of light. But saying Pikachu is metamorphosizing, it does not sound as cool. Unfortunately. If it was easier to say, perhaps. Dungeons and Dragons for your dad. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons before. Yeah, for the generation before, it was Dungeons and Dragons, I remember. Yeah, for my generation, it's Pokemon and Harry Potter were like the things that were like very popular, and parents were extremely concerned about it. I don't think you call it a case of history repeating itself, since Christianity was used for satanic panic forever, basically didn't stop and just calmed down this century. Well, it's like, I mean, it's like gone through cycles, perhaps, of ebbs and flows, but I understand what you mean. Video games in general. Yeah, video games in general. I don't know, do people still... Yeah, what is the discourse on video games nowadays among like parents and stuff? I feel like a lot of... I don't know if it's just because of like the people I follow on the internet, but I feel like a lot of... Like parents now are... Like people my age are parents, right? So they're probably just like, oh yeah, video games, whatever. You know? Like they're not scared of video games. I'm guessing the current satanic panic is TikTok. Really? Do you think so? TikTok is satanic? I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. It's crazy in all generations, yeah. I mean, people, it's a natural thing. Not saying it's a good thing, but it is a natural thing for humans to be scared of stuff. People get scared of stuff. Okay, Vaughn's hair is the same color as Noah's pants, so we're just gonna use that same color. Okay, so it was made by Polish people, aka my people, and was symbolized to banish the goddess Marzana, which is the symbolization of winter and death, and throwing the doll banished her and let spring come and winter being banished. Oh, okay, so it's kind of similar to like, yeah, it's kind of similar to like, what is it? What's that Greek myth with like Persephone and Demeter? It's like, there's like another similar thing with like the goddess of spring, like going down into hell for some time, and that's when winter happens, and then like when she comes out of hell, that's when spring comes back or something like that. It's like sort of a similar thing. That's cool. You gotta banish the goddess? I wonder how the goddess feels about it. Is she like, oh, okay, time to be banished, I suppose. But that does explain the doll thing. It's like an effigy. That's cool. That's very interesting. Thank you for sharing. I learned something today. It's funny that Harry Potter was a conservative target back then, but since the writer has become one of the biggest bigots in the world, it's now liked by them. I know, it's sort of weird how times have changed. Oh, Harry Potter. A lot of satanic panics emerge from, I'm old, I don't understand why you like this, you must be Satan that is making you like it. Yeah, I mean, combined with a very, like, I think, if you know, like a very heavy, like, Christianity sort of, like, oriented society, I feel like, which I feel like America has had for a long time, and maybe still does. Because I, like, you know, because they would say that even about, like, you know, not even just fun things, but just, like, other people's religions. Like, I remember hearing that growing up, being like, you know, like, so-and-so religion is satanic, and you're like, oh, okay, because you're just, like, a kid, and you don't know any better. But, like, now as an adult, you're like, oh, that doesn't seem right. Polish people got a ton of legends. That's so cool! I gotta look up some Polish legends. I wonder if they're readily available to read in English. That's one thing I'm sad about, because I'm Korean and I really want to learn more about Korean legends, but there isn't a lot of English language like materials to read about it, sadly. So you kind of just have to take whatever scraps you can get. I was gonna say they must not know what to decide. No, I think they're very much on J.K. Rowling's side. The conservatives are very much like, yeah, she has certain opinions that I think conservatives are like, hell yeah, we agree. Yeah, like they're kind of into it. I'm sure it exists in other cultures with their gods. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I should read some books on like religious studies. I think that would be fun stuff. Okay, Vaughn has, man, I'm just realizing actually doing this like color layout makes you kind of realize how much colors the characters share. Like Vaughn's Rosaru bracelet thingy. He has well, it kind of looks darker in some other screenshots, but it's sort of like a pink red, which is very similar to Noah's hair color. A bit too pink here. But his 3D render looks very pink. Satanic panic is a way to blame something unrelated for a problem, like violence or poverty or whatever. It just means to scapegoat real problems that could be solved by real means. Yes, like I keep losing my keys. There must be a ghost. There's definitely a ghost. I think I would love to have a real life ghost story, but I don't want to actually have to experience a ghost in order to have the ghost story. But I would like to be able to say, I would like to be able to tell people I experienced a ghost and here's what happened, but I do not want to actually experience the ghost. So I'm at a, I guess one solution is I could lie about it. I guess I could lie about it, but that doesn't seem good. I lost my key. No, don't even joke about that. Don't even joke about that. It's too real right now, Greg. It's too real. It's too real. Things are not the way they should be right now. The reason the satanic panic subsides, for things is because adults that have grown up with something knowing it's not what the panic says, so they can come to with a new one. Yeah. Yeah, it's always a thing. Yeah, human beings are scared of things. I mean, most creatures are. It's a survival instinct. But we can sort of socialize the fear, I suppose, at a greater extent than most other animals, perhaps. It has never been not real. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Oh. There was a guy at church who supposedly could see ghosts. He drew a picture for me and then Lois, but then told us we had to burn it so it wouldn't haunt us. What? Whoa. Where? So like, what was the back? Did he give you the backstory of the ghost? I want to know about the ghost. Did it look scary? I want to know about the ghost. Why would it haunt you? What did you do to it? Wouldn't it haunt him if he drew it? Why is he putting it on you? I would be scared if I think he did, but I don't remember. Oh, dang it. I want to know the ghost. I want to know the ghost story. I mean, he wasn't a great artist. It was like a scribbly, creepy blob, like The Grudge. Oh. That's kind of cool. That's fun. Interesting. That's what I should do. I should go up to kids and we burned it in the backyard instead of inside our house. Oh wait, so you took the drawing home and then you burned it in the backyard? Did our parents know about this? Wait, how come I didn't get to participate in the ritual burning? I missed out on the ritual burning? Dang it. They probably didn't know. We're just burning pictures of ghosts while our parents are just like, whatever. We were young, so you must have been around. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I think I know who you're talking about. The guy who could see ghosts. I think I vaguely remember this. I never got a picture, though. It's not actually fear. It's a way to control culture on people. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the control is functions on fear. How about that? I think we're saying the same thing. Vaughn has blue pants. Okay, blue pants. Kind of a darker denim pants. Oh, he has... Wait, hold on a second. In the game... Okay, in the concept art, he has this brown vest. But in the game, he has a red vest. So what do I do? Do I give him a red vest? Oh, and his shirt is like a different color. What the heck? Game. Decide. Game, decide what your characters look like. Mix and match. When people starting the satanic panic are usually trying to distract from a proper issue. It'd be disadvantageous to those people to actually solve it. Wait, so are you telling me... Wait, I feel like I'm unlocking a... Are you telling me that people start this on purpose? I guess in my mind, I kind of always thought it was just like an organic fear that spread, and then people would kind of jump onto it rather than the other way around. Do people start it on purpose? That would bum me out a lot. But also, it's believable. No. But why would people do that? Why would people go onto the not internet and lie? It's not even the internet, it's real life. Why would you do this? Man, that sucks. Why do people do that? I believe it though. Man, I just thought people were regularly scared of things. And I mean, I guess that probably a majority of people who sort of are part of the panic probably do. Darn. What kind of shoes do you wear, character? Oh, that's the end of your picture. Let me look up your full body art. People starting it would lose money if you actually solve the issue. I see. I understand. You control the youth, you control the media, you control most things to be your way. Yeah. That's true. Well, that's all the more important for everybody to think critically about the things that you are encountering. Be attentive. Okay, I think I have to change this vest to be red because he has a red vest in the game, and I think that's probably what the image that we see the most of him is his red vest. Yeah. Maybe a bit darker? Darker and a little more on the purple side. Sure there's family people who believed it, but being targets of propaganda, not the ones who came out with the panic first. Plenty of people who believe the panic, but it usually starts with somebody who doesn't believe it. Yeah. You know, I've always wondered about this too. I feel like I've talked about this before on stream. Like, speaking of like divination and like scam artists and stuff, like there are people who like go around being like, oh, I can, you know, yeah, like for example, I can see ghosts, or I can like tell the future, and I can see visions of whatever. And like, I always wondered, there's no way to ever know, I'm sure, but like, I always wonder if like the people who are doing that, if they actually believe what they're doing, or if they're kind of doing, or if they're doing it very consciously, like knowing that it's not real, but they are kind of like playing it up. I've always wondered about that. I'm sure, I guess there's both probably. Some of them have delusions, some of them are just pretending. Yeah, I guess the answer is both happen. Fairly certain most of them are scam artists. Okay, so you think on the like majority of them are doing it very intentionally. Some of them just have mental health issues like psychosis. Yeah. Yeah, I've always wondered. I don't know, but I guess there's no way to know, I suppose. They will never admit to it, I'm sure. Okay. We have blocked in Vaughn's color. Oh wait, no, his eyes. He also has like dark blue eyes. Kind of his eyes are like a really similar color to his hair. Maybe like 3% are like schizophrenic or something. Yeah, I don't know. There's no way to tell. I've always thought it would be a really interesting research project to like interview people who do some of these things. Like maybe not on the magic side, but like from my area of like research at work, something I'm really interested in are like people who post like do like reposters, for example, like people who just like take other people's videos and images and then they like repost it and get like a lot of followers and likes that way, and they're like really good at marketing the reposted content. They just like don't make any of it themselves. And I've always been curious to like, I would love to like talk to them and be like, why do you do this? You know, and how come you settled on this as sort of like your method for, you know, making money or whatever, and like how did you come to decide on this business model and things like that. Like I think that would be really interesting. Like so-called bad actors in like social media or like online communities and stuff, and be like, what do you do? Because a lot of research out there talks about like interview, say, artists about what were your bad experiences with people like this, and so you kind of get like a secondhand view. But I don't think anyone's ever done like hey, let's like talk to the people directly and like, you know, give them anonymity. I can't say it. And ask them, like, understand why they do things. I think that would be really fun. They often don't have the resource to get medical help. Yeah. There's a lot of documentaries disproving scammers. There's nothing impossible about it. But don't they always like, no, well, it's less about the disproving the scam and more like understanding what's in the scammer's heart. Does that make sense? Like, that's the part I'm curious about. Like, how much of it was like, are they like a Final Fantasy bad guy where they think like they're doing the world a service by scamming people, even if they're aware that it's not like technically real? Like, do they believe in it, I guess? Or do they like, both in terms of mechanics and in terms of like benefit to the world? I think you give people too much credit. It's not a very complex puzzle. It's easy, it's free, there are a few consequences. Well, when you put it that way, I suppose. I don't know. I'm just like, I guess I just like talking to people. Maybe that's really it. Okay, Vaughn has been filled in. Does he have he has like a bracelet on one side of his hands, right? Oh yeah, he's some kind of, oh, I can't really see it in this concept art. Where are you? Where is your concept art, Vaughn? Where are you? I think you have like a leather bracelet. Yeah, okay. We'll color in the leather bracelet on this side. Oops, wrong layer. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay, Vaughn is here. Okay. Oh, look at Vaughn. He looks so sturdy. A lot of scammers start as, I'm desperate, maybe this will work, and then they get the resources. They can't admit they lied or people will want refunds. Right. Yeah. That makes sense. I don't know. I feel like, I guess you need to either be desperate enough or you need like a certain kind of personality. I feel like I would not be very successful as a scammer, even if I wanted to be. I would not be able to keep up a charade. But I guess that's how people get caught, huh? It's not like they're serial killers that have a lot of meat in the game. Depending on the type you mean, you also mentioned people who repost stuff online. Yeah, I guess I am curious about like, yeah, these kinds of more low stakes things. But you know, like, but the reason I think about like people believing stuff is just like, you know, you see all these like Google Docs, like call out posts and stuff, and like, and then you see the person like respond back, like the accused person like respond back about like, oh, I do all this thing and I do all that thing. So it's like, it's not like it doesn't seem like it's always a black and white thing of like, oh, well, they knowingly scammed. Like sometimes they really do think they're doing something acceptable, you know, and like they have a sort of logic to it. But oops, wrong layer. So I don't know. Yeah, so I guess I'm curious about that boundary. Like how far does that go? I don't know. And then but yeah, like you said though, I think for some people it's really simple. But like I'm just thinking about times where like, I don't know, like there was a, you know, actually where this happens a lot is like the mechanical keyboard community. The mechanical keyboard like accessories and stuff. Maybe Betty probably knows about this. I don't know if she's still here, but like mechanical keyboards operate a lot on pre-orders. And there have been a lot of times where like a company will just be like, oh, sorry, we can't produce the pre-orders we promised, you know? And there's like all these stories about why and why not and stuff like that. And then like different staff come out and be like, oh, well, so-and-so was like this. And like, they said they were gonna do this, they actually didn't do this. And then what happened was they didn't pay this person. And then it's like, well, what were you actually doing? And it's like either they were consciously scamming or they were like, you know, they gave up on some sort of partnership or like something happened. I don't know. Seems kind of complicated. Discussion of reposters. Memes are essentially reposts of other people's posts that are sometimes edited. That's true. Also, both sides of that call-out post may be lying. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's what like activates my like detective brain. It's like, I want to know the truth. Tell me. But there's like no way they're gonna say, right? Putting a lot of different groups of people in the same bag. Okay, that's fair. I guess my thoughts about it are sort of running away, perhaps. If there's an easy way to exploit a system, they don't care how to look to the public, they'll take it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's also kind of human nature as well. It's a thing that you kind of have to consciously do. Consciously decide not to do. Okay, we are drawing a new man now. Let me see if I can. We're gonna draw this muscly man. Where's the muscly man? Muscly man, get onto the stream. I do understand though. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess all this to say, don't be those people. That's the only thing you can do, really. You only really can decide how you want to show up in the world. Dang it, I saved it to the wrong. This is a really funny topic to have in the background of chibi art. Oh man, I'm thinking deeply today. We're having some deep convos today, guys. While I make Legend of Legaia chibis for a video game that virtually, like, nobody's heard of. But it's a good game, okay? You want more deep discussions? Play Legend of Legaia for the PS1. When there's a rule made, it's usually because someone did something that made you need to put that rule in. Yes. Yup. Okay. Alright, we're drawing this muscly guy now. Not that I condone it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, I mean, it is complicated. It's like, sometimes you, like, I'm sure there are times when people are desperate enough and they gotta, like, do something to survive. You know? And, like, you can't really be mad about that, trying to protect yourself. Humans are complicated. Something about the cute stuff attracts the kind of conversation you wouldn't expect. I don't know how that works. Y'all, I don't know how that works. Have you watched H-Bomber Guy's video on plagiarism? The one that fairly well explains why people steal and scam online. Yes, I watched it. I did watch it. I can't remember if I heard it here first. I know for sure we talked about this in chat at one time. But I think also a friend of mine sent it to me and said it was really good. And I remember, I think maybe I said it in stream before too. I remember looking at like the 4-hour time mark and being like, oh my god, when am I gonna watch this? But then it was like, I started watching it and I couldn't stop watching it. It was so fascinating. And so I ended up watching the whole thing in like one sitting, basically. Like 1 or 2 sittings. Yeah, it was really good. For the people who have not seen it, I recommend it. It's very fascinating. And like, case in point too, the guy that was called out in that video, like kept going. Like he didn't stop the scamming. You know, there's just something that kept, like, even though he got caught, he like kept going. And I find that very fascinating. Maybe something to do with we're not as engaged in detail, so we meander. Oh, perhaps. I mean, I am also doing line art, which is a little less like, you know, you don't have to think as much. I think once we get to the color part, I'm gonna be like, I can't think about anything else. Art streams thrive on talking about unrelated things. That is true. Gonna make his hand a little longer. Okay. Oh my god, he's so cute. He did stop after the video. He did try again and again, but could never scam again. Ah, okay. No, I thought he was like, I thought I heard, I mean, he stopped that particular scam, but yeah, he did try other stuff from what I understand. I didn't really pay much attention after that, but yeah, he did try a couple of other things from what I've heard. But I don't know. Oh, this is another sandals wearer. How am I gonna draw the sandals? Does this look sturdy enough? Does the stance look okay? I think so. Oh my god, I forgot to erase these sketches over here. Get out of here. Okay. You gotta respect the perseverance. It's true. The 2 weeks ago, he was posing as a wedding photographer with fake experience and reviews on his LinkedIn. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm so fascinated by that. Like, why? Why would you possess to do such a thing? Like, it's so much harder to just not do that. I mean, it's so much easier to not do that. I don't know. Like, what drives this person? I want to know. I want to know. Oh my god, did I just... oh wait, okay, no, wrong. Okay, we are good. I thought I was drawing on the wrong layer, but we are good. That one case in mindset is fascinating, I'll give you that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like the kind of thing I'm curious about, I suppose. And to be fair, I think I did start thinking about it after I had watched the H Bomber video. I was like so fascinated by why people do this. And doing it on an old game tends to attract adults who often want more serious conversations than the kids. Ah, that's true. Oh, yeah, I see. You're saying like the subject matter of the stream has attracted a certain demographic that likes to talk about religious practices and scamming and the state of the world, and we all sit around being like, man, the world isn't as whatever as it used to be. Depends on how much you put into your scam and what scope it has. Scams that are low stakes and low effort are the ones I don't think have much thought behind them. Yeah, no, I think that's right. I think that makes sense. Yeah, and I'm sure part of it, there's probably something in between too, where you start with something low stakes and then it becomes very big stakes. And then you're like, how did I get here? But then you're like, well, I can't stop now because otherwise people will know. And so it just continues. Should I make Gala's arm longer? Seems a bit short. It's like cute, but be a bit short. Make him a bit longer. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think that looks a bit more proportional. I mean, he's a chibi, I don't know. It's not like he can get a job after that. I mean, he could like... I don't know. I mean, he could go work for like something that's like totally not like an online thing. Like, I don't know, like become a male person. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's other things he could have done, but like yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that is a good explanation. Like, you have a certain skill set and you've invested so much in the skill set and you want to use it, you know? Like a marketing online skill set. You have to get away with something small first, yeah. Can't stop now, otherwise I'm gonna have consequences, yeah. Exactly. I feel like I need to adjust the line art for this. Need to suggest the 3D shape a bit better here. I always hear the beginning of the song, and I always think it's Breath of the Wild because it has that piano thing, and then it's like, and it's just like, surprise, it's near. Okay. Great music. Ominous music for the ominous things that we're talking about. Okay, now I can do the color. It'd be bad press to have a famous scammer as an employee. Oh, that's true. That's true. I guess somebody would find out. The internet, once the internet has its eye on you, I guess you can't really hide from things like that. And then people just show up at like the, I don't know, like the post office with like signs and stuff, and the post, you know, James Somerton's employer is like, what's happening? If you work for a small mom and pop store, but the internet wouldn't find out. Yeah. I guess then the question is, can you stop yourself from posting? You know, is there sort of an ego thing at play? Probably doesn't want to do that though. Yeah. You like really have to decide to start over career-wise. Yeah, I mean, maybe that is it. Maybe it's hard to let go of like what you feel like were your accomplishments, you know, and you kind of want to get like stay as close as possible to it. You know, maybe it's something like that. A lot of employers don't like to employ people who have gotten in trouble, even if they claim to be reformed. That's true. But it's not like he didn't get like any sort of legal, like he has no obligation to tell his new employer that he was the subject of a very viral 4-hour-long call-out video, right? Unless he got some sort of like legal notice or something for things he had done. But he could just like not talk about it. Kind of like a character from a game or something. I feel like that's an archetype for a game, right? But I couldn't think of any off the top of my head. Like some character was like, oh, you don't want to know about my past, and then it turns out it's like, oh, you killed like so many people, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't deserve to be forgiven. And then the protagonists are like, no, you're different now, and then his soul is healed. You know? But I can't think of a character that embodies that archetype off the top of my head, but I'm certain it's like a thing. I'm absolutely certain it's a thing. Famously, people who go to jail for years for various reasons get out of prison, can't get a job, go back to their old ways because the old ways worked. Yeah. Yep. 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 It's hard. You know the Burger King foot lettuce guy meme? They found him, he got fired for the bad press? Oh, yeah, I do remember hearing about that. I do think he's a fascinating case. He has tried 3 times to come back with different lies. Yep. Magus from Chrono Trigger, except they don't really forgive him. They just team up because he asked. Aha. That's true. He's like, I'm Magus. I tried to kill you guys several times. It's like, okay, well, we're not gonna be friends, but... Well, how about Zuko from The Last Airbender? No, not really, though. Zuko, I don't think Zuko ever killed anyone, though. He was just, like, he was trying to be very bad, but he did not succeed. I don't think he actually, like, did anything. He was just, like, chasing them around for a while. He was trying to kill them. Doesn't mean he killed anyone. Yeah. Trying to think of who else. I'm sure, like... I'm certain it's a thing. I'm so mad at myself for not being able to think of characters in this. The common trope of media with someone's a bad guy, claims to reform, then is actually lying about reforming himself. Yeah. But if it's a show that will, okay, like, this is the difference between me and me continuing to watch a show and not watch a show. If the person gets away with betraying, I become so sad and I'll probably stop watching the thing. But if the person who's like, I'm a bad guy, I'm claiming to reform, and then is actually, but then it's like kind of lying about reforming because they're actually continuing to be a double agent, but then over time they start doubting the evil side, and they're like, maybe I do actually want to be part of the good guys, and then in the end they betray their original bad guy person and they become friends with the protagonist. Then I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, this is the best show ever. And that's when I get really into it. So that trope could go either way, I guess. I get very upset when the bad guy does betray. I'm like very sad. Judas? Vegeta? He never really reforms, he just stays on Earth because he asked. No, he gets like married and stuff. Doesn't he become like a doting father? I've never watched Dragon Ball. I thought he becomes a doting father and becomes like a loving husband to his wife, Bulma. Isn't that what happens? If that's not a good guy, I don't know what is. Okay, what color hair does Gala have? Gala just has brown hair, so I'm just gonna borrow this. I'm gonna borrow this hair color. He never regrets what he did. He betrays everyone twice after settling down. He does? What a poop head. Vegeta? What does his wife have to say about that? What does his children have to say about that? Are they not upset with him? Reminder that memes are often a parody of the content they're using. You probably don't know that because nobody mentions it. Convenient. Extremely convenient. I mean, I guess that's not the... I guess the Vegeta becoming a doting dad is like the surprising thing, huh? So that's what gets mentioned most in the memes and stuff. The GIFs that I see. Okay. I can't believe he betrays him twice. I've lost my faith in Dragon Ball Z. How dare they do this to me? Oh, this reminds me of something funny. Okay, so there's a VTuber I watch. He was actually the first VTuber I ever watched the debut of. He was one of the first Holostars English streamers. So one of the first guy streamers for Hololive. He went on like a long break. And people were really scared that he was gonna quit. Because previously two of his teammates, I'm sure I talked about this on stream because I cried about it. Two of his teammates also quit after a long break, for, you know, unspecified reasons. So people were really afraid that he was going to do the same thing because it was sort of like historically, you know, a thing that happened. But he came back and, you know, and he actually talked a little bit about like, you know, actually he was very close to quitting. But there's two things that made him stay. The first reason is that he realized how much, like, despite his like frustrations with like the company or like whatever, you know, hardships with the work or whatever going on, he's like, he loves his, you know, his fellow streamers and he like loves working with them and they're like really precious to him. And he's like, also, you know, his fans are really precious to him. He, you know, didn't want to like leave them, right? So that was one. The other reason is because while he was on break, he was watching interviews with Faker, you know, of League of Legends fame, and like Faker was talking about how he, you know, he went through a hard time, but he like persevered even through the hard times, even when he wasn't winning anything, even when, you know, like there was a lot of pressure to like perform, and he was just like, you know, I just like powered through and like to get to where we are and like trying to create a team or whatever. And he watched that and he was like inspired. And he was like, you know what, if Faker can do it, then I should too. And that's why he came back to streaming. And then the whole chat was like, oh my god, the chat was like, I never thought I would be thankful for League of Legends, but here I am. Thank you, League of Legends. Thank you, Faker. And I thought that was so funny. But anyway, so that was kind of amusing, but I'm glad he didn't quit actually, because he's quite I enjoy his streams. I think he does a good job, and I'm glad that he has found a way to not be overly frustrated. The 3 P's: progress, persevere, power through. Exactly. He sacrifices and goes to hell, but they need him to beat Majin Buu so the god of death forgives him and revives him. Oh, that's nice. Also, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are very different shows, despite being the same show, because Z was crazily edited. Oh, so so are Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, they're the same story? I thought Z was like a sequel or something. But you're telling me it's like they are the same story, just like with a different telling or something? Is that what you're telling me? They're just one manga. Oh. Okay, huh. But anyway, when you have a hard time, be like Faker. Go watch a League of Legends inspirational interview. Alright, we have... Okay, so Gala has this, like, purple pattern that I do not think we have an existing reference for. It's kind of like a gray purple. So I'll just kind of map this. Actually, I should be doing this on another layer, perhaps, because it's going to be hard to... It's going to be hard to shade this, I think, with the multiple. You know what? Actually, it's probably fine. Z is like the second season. The staff changed a lot for the anime for it. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so it is a sequel. I'm not wrong about that, but it's just they changed stuff for the adaptation. Faker's like the #1 player in the world. How am I gonna be like him? You can be a little bit like him. You don't have to be exactly like him. We can all be a little Faker. Huh. The US version of Z was changed to be about an entirely different character? Oh, so you're saying not the anime itself was changed, but the dub, like the US dub was changed, edited heavily to be very different? Is that what you're saying? That sounds weird. Why would they make such a choice? Goku's not the main character in the JP version of Dragon Ball. I'm not gonna lie, chat, I am confused. But I think I should... I think it means I need to watch Dragon Ball. Every time it comes up in chat, I always talk about how I need to watch Dragon Ball. Goku is the main character for, like, most of it. I mean, that was my impression. That was my impression, indeed. Okay, so... Guy has, like, 2 X's on his pants. And then... This? Is this what the pants are supposed to look like? And then the X's are on this side, like this. I think. Okay, does that look like him? Kind of. Kind of looks like him. It looks close enough. The US dub was done by 4Kids. Amazing! I love 4Kids dubs. They're so weird. I love 4Kids dubs though. I unironically love 4Kids dubs. Okay, Gala has apparently blue eyes in his concept art. Does he actually have blue eyes in the game? From this 3D render, it kind of looks like he just has like dark brown eyes, but I am not sure. Gala. Maybe he does have blue eyes. I want to watch Dragon Ball, but I don't have the streaming service for that. That is always the conundrum, huh? Oh, he does have blue eyes. Okay, they all have blue eyes. What the heck? Yeah, I also do not know. It's probably not on Crunchyroll. Otherwise, I would have watched it by now. Okay, he does have blue eyes. And then his Rosaru is kind of like a dark blue color, I think. With like a gray blue color. Yeah, okay. It's like a dark, it's like a saturated dark blue color. Is his Rosaru. Looks like that. Okay. So red, blue, and green are the Rosarus. Okay. Woo! And then he has sandals. DJ Mist, hello! We are attempting to draw today. I wouldn't recommend you watching Dragon Ball unless you were a kid growing up watching it, but just me personally. I mean, if it's the dub, I will be entertained by it, probably. If I watch the English dub, I will probably be reasonably entertained. I read something about a major 4Kids translator saying in an interview that they usually did a faithful version of the show first, and the weird changes were actually requested by the TV channels. Yeah, I think I remember reading that too somewhere. Or maybe you told me about it. That is also a possibility. Okay, it's got some sandals. Cool. That looks like Gala, I think. Nice, just came back from the Cherry Blossom Festival. Found some cute Digivice. Oh, that was this weekend, huh? Up in San Francisco? Very nice. If you know the artist, plug their name. I will look them up later. But I also know that sometimes you come back from like an artist alley and you're like, oh my god, where did I buy all this stuff? Who gave this to me? I like seeing big men fight. Not in that way. You know what? We wouldn't judge you either way, Lemon Man. Dragon Ball Z has like 3 to 4 dubs in English. Then I will choose the 4Kids one. It is too strongly part of my childhood. Okay, one last thing. I'm gonna line art this tree. This extremely polygonal tree. Professor Polygonal? I don't know. It's been hours, chat. It's been 3 whole hours. I can't make jokes anymore. I'm all out. I need to eat food to replenish the jokes. Okay. Let us line art the tree very quickly. My friend saw Sakura Dragon and Pinoy shot art. Ah, okay. Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know them. But I'm acquainted with Sakura Dragon. I don't think I'm familiar with Pinoy shot art. Your sister was there for the Cherry Blossom Festival. Oh, cool. Very nice. Yeah, it's always a good time. I never tabled there when I was doing Artist Alley. But it seemed like a fun time. Jokes, story art. I try. 4Kids Dub was famous for spending several episodes just doing one fight. Yes. Oh, I gotta get rid of Kara's liner, I think. Wait, let's get her out of the way. And you went to high school with Sakura Dragon? Oh, really? Huh. Small world, huh? Yeah, I've only talked to them like once, I think. I think maybe one time we were like tabling at the same fanime or something like that, but yeah, I'm not very good at sort of keeping it. Some artists are good at doing that, but I'm not really good at like, you know, following up on, like, I'll be chatting with somebody all show. I don't always say I'll be. I don't do this anymore, but like, you know, I'll be, you know, sitting next to an artist at an artist alley, and like we'll be like friends, and I'll be like, oh my god, you know, like, safe trip home, and like I hope you had a good time, and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, yeah, bye, thank you for trading me with me or whatever, and then I just like never talk to them again. It's very bad. Look at my tree, my Genesis tree. Okay, final step. Should I make it bigger? Should I make the Genesis tree bigger? I should make it bigger. It looks like when I opened the file today, I was like, it looks a little dinky. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like in the game, but and I don't want it to be too big. But like we could make it like we could make it like just a bit taller. Maybe that would look good actually. You get a Chibi Genesis from Crisis Core as a treat. Uh-huh. Now, have you played both of these old games? Are you cool enough to have played both Legend of Legaia and Crisis Core? If so, you will unlock the full meaning of this acrylic stand. Congratulations. Okay, I think it being taller looks good because they're all kind of looking, they're all kind of looking that way. Okay, so now we just block out the color and then I think we'll be done for the day. Probably can just make this one layer instead of putting it in a folder. Where did you even get the name JoJo Story? Okay, so it is not related to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the anime / manga. Though a lot of people think that. JoJo is just, my real name is Joy. And JoJo is just like a nickname that I had when I was a kid, and like ever since I was a kid, like all my screen names would be like JoJo something. And so that's where the JoJo part comes from. And then I just so I used a different screen name for a really long time, and then I was like, no, I need a cool screen name. Like when I oh dude, wait a second. Do people call handles screen names anymore? Am I super old by saying screen name? That's like an AOL instant messenger thing. Do people say screen names anymore? I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Oh my god, do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say screen name? Like, do people understand what that means? Okay, well anyway, I was like, I need to pick a new like username, like default username, because I'm starting to do, like back when I started doing like Artist Alley and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my art like a real business. I was like, okay, I gotta pick like a cooler name. So I was like, okay, well I want it to be like JoJo something, and then I picked story just because I like the word story and I like stories. Stories are probably my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, it's kind of, there isn't really any sort of grand meaning behind it. What's the screen name? Oh my god! DJ Mist still says screen name. Okay, DJ Mist, thank you for not leaving me alone. You are probably too young. I just realized it in the moment while I was saying it. I was like, I haven't heard other people say the word screen name in a long time. It used to be what people would say. So back in my day, there was a chat, like kind of like Discord, I guess. Like there was a chat client called AOL Instant Messenger, and actually there were a couple. There's like that were very popular back in the day. AOL Instant Messenger, there was MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, there were all these things. But anyway, like the way people, and you would have usernames for those, but for some reason, people called them screen names. Like it's like a name you use on a screen, I guess, but that's sort of a given nowadays. So I guess it's sort of fallen out of favor. We are so old, we are. Yeah, so I don't, and that's a good point, Power. I don't know if it's like an American specific thing, but yeah, I grew up in the US, and so like that's what we called it. Like I would go to school and be like, and it, I'd be like, 11, and I would be like, hey, I would make new screen names just to like have cool names, and then like I would change them every now and then and like message my friends for my new screen name. So I'd be like, oh, I have a new screen name. It's like, like Magic Cat Girl 45 or whatever, like and be like, oh, okay. So that's how we talked about usernames back then. We called them screen names. If you grab the phone, yes, and it was a time where the internet was hooked up through your phone. So, oh my god, Lemon Man is probably like, what on earth are you talking about? So the internet was hooked up through the same line as your phone. So if you were on the internet and then somebody was like somebody picked up the phone to like make a phone call, you would like you would just get like shut out of the internet. The internet would just like stop working. and then a little bit later they separated the phone lines and the internet lines. This probably X Demon Master X. Yeah, you had to have the X's like on the side of your username as like decoration. That's exactly it. And like multiple X's. So wait, how is it like with the dinosaurs? Just kidding. No, you are so you are so right though. I'm so old. Oh my god. I feel so. Oh my god. We're dinosaurs. We're dinosaurs. Interesting, can't relate. Let me put emo lyrics in my away message. Yeah. Gosh, that was a thing. You would put if you were not at your computer, you would put your, I guess Discord still does have that though. You would put like kind of like an answering, oh my god. Does answering machine make any sense? Like voicemail. I guess people still have voicemail. Like if you were not online, like at the computer, you would actually log out, or you would put yourself in away mode, and then you would write a little message about like, this is why I'm away, or like it was meant to be like a little reason. But you know, people would use it kind of decoratively, like yeah, putting song lyrics in it, or like, you know, like a Facebook status type of thing. Look at my Genesis tree. It's so grand. Oh, you're getting a whole history lesson. You are. Oh my god. How was it when Jack the Ripper was on the loose? Man, I don't know. Jojo would be in my MySpace top 8. No, we can't go into MySpace, you guys. Are there old screen? I do want to do this as a stream though, like an old like late 90s, early 2000s like internet tour. It might just end up being like a PowerPoint slide presentation, but I think it would be fun to go look at like old websites back, like in Internet Archive, and just like look at what it was like back in the day. Oh my god. Okay. Well, on that note, we actually accomplished my goal for today. You would watch that? Okay. Like, I think it would be fun. And I think it'd be fun to look at kind of these like pseudo, like if you guys have ever gone to NeoCities, there's sort of like a retro, like there's a bunch of people really interested in like retro websites, and they've started making like pseudo retro websites, like in the same style, but they're made by people like today and like are actively updated and stuff. Like, I think it'd be fun to go NeoCities hopping and like see what we can find. Good job, X Jojo _4600X. Oh, the kids will understand. They don't understand the aesthetics. Oh god. Okay. Screen names were used to differentiate from the username you used to log. Oh, was that right? There was like a username and a screen name? I don't remember anymore. It's too long. Toasterbug, hello! Welcome. You seem like a nice, chill artist in a funny little community. Oh, thank you! You know what? I would say that is correct. I mean, I hope so. But yeah, actually, I was just about to wrap up stream because we finished what I accomplished, or what I wanted to do. And we got our colors are blocked out and stuff. And so next time, I think we're going to you know, actually do some shading and stuff, and see how far we can get with that. So yeah, no, I'm sorry, Toasterbug. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about something random for a while. Oh, do you guys do I have any like cute pictures to share? No, but I have nothing. I've got nothing. But thank you for coming in and saying hi. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're a funny little community. I should probably move Muscle Man away. Goodbye. Like, get him off the screen. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in and saying hi. You need to go to bed anyway? Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, get yourself some sleep and take care of your body. That's important. All right, you were born in 2001. You do know this. Oh, okay. Greg's just trolling then. Most services you log in with either your email or your visible username. No, I feel like AOL was a thing where you logged in with your individual screen names. I feel like I have a vague memory of logging out of a screen name and using a different screen name to log in. I remember having to do that, but I may be remembering wrong. And actually, 2001. Oh, dang. I was also alive for a while at 2001. Yeah, good night, Toaster Bugs. Hope to see you around again. But yeah, oh, the other thing too, I guess with the retro internet game stream, another thing that would be really fun is there's some people who have made like they basically revived the old AOL Instant Messenger code. I don't know how far along they got. I remember hearing about it a long time ago, but then I checked recently and the project's page is still up. So that might be fun to just like do on stream, like be on AOL Instant Messenger, pretend, and just like chat with chat. I don't know. That might be kind of fun to do on stream just for funsies, but that might all be rolled into one thing. I don't know. 2010s. Whoa, 11, man. 2010s. Dang. Well, hopefully you didn't feel like we were a bunch of old people telling you about history and you were actually entertained. So, hopefully you had a good time instead of us just talking about random stuff. Okay, anyway, we're gonna have to lower the resolution for the true dial-up experience. Anyway, okay, we gotta stop talking about the good old days. Well, I don't know if they were good. They're nostalgic. Which is true. Tell them about pagers. I didn't have a. Actually, did I have a pager? Did I have a pager? I feel like my dad had a pager. Like he gave me his old pager once, but that didn't last very long. Okay. Anyway, I gotta stop. We gotta stop this. Goodbye. Let's see. Is there anyone to? Oh, I gotta make sure I save my file. That's very important. I got to go to Twitch and see if anybody is streaming right now. Let's see if anybody is around to raid. And we will get ourselves off this yap train because it's going too fast and we can't get off. Who's online? Somebody save us. Melodica is playing Blueprints? Blueprints? I've heard that's a very good game. So let's go over to Melodica and see what he is up to. Though I believe Blueprints is kind of a puzzle-y game, so if you are planning to play Blueprints, at some, oh my god, is it a pun on Blueprints? Oh my gosh. Okay, well if you're planning to play Blueprints at some point, you should close your eyes as the raid happens or something. I am getting told ancient knowledge told by the elders. We actually achieved what we set out today. Oh no, I forgot to save. No, I will not let that happen to me. It has a reference to 46 in it. I don't know what that means, but we'll go say hi to Melodica. I've been told good things about Blueprints. Okay, so let me and then what else? Next time we are gonna be streaming on Tuesday. It'll be a game stream Tuesday night, 8:30 Pacific time. And we're gonna be starting a new cozy game for Tuesdays. So Tuesdays are kind of supposedly the cozy game slot. I think I'm gonna start Atelier. I forget which one, but it's I'm gonna start an Atelier game. I forget. They all have different. They're all named after each protagonist, and the girls have different, like, complicated names, and I can't remember which one it is. But I'm gonna be playing an Atelier game. I'm gonna start one. I've only played one Atelier game once before, and I really enjoyed it. So I think it might be fun to enjoy it with chat. The next game in the series. So yeah. You know what? I like your vibe. I'll probably join. Hell yeah. Yeah, come on in. I talk a lot. So if you are enjoying the chatter, then yeah, the game streams are also pretty fun for that. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, please feel free to come, but also no pressure. I'm doing this for fun. I'm not, I'm not doing this to like for monetization or anything like that. So do what you need to do. You can tell. All right. Okay, let's go over to the stream and I will talk to you all later. See you guys. Bye.